Hello and welcome to episode 408 of DCP plus SideQuest. Tefty returns.
Tefty's back in town.
I'm here to lock them up, bust people and lock them up.
That's what I want.
Yeah, been a lot of illegal activity lately.
The sheriff is back. Is that the vibe here?
The sheriff of Gambit Town.
Oh,
see this?
The Gambit cops are here.
The Gambit. That's the worst cops, right? The Gambit cops.
The worst cops.
Let's be honest. That should send a shiver down your spine.
They're coming for Briar. Look at his lights.
Yeah, you got the cop lights on
all the time.
All that ganj being smoked, right?
Botanical police are on their way.
What's the new Teft law?
I'm
I
gonna
cannot
remove.
believe Tefty's back.
I'm gonna remove
Tefty's
the
back,
cop
guys.
glasses. Now,
More
yes.
clapping.
Hey.
Noise
Yay.
gate.
Yay.
Yeah. So, I was just out and went for smokes, and hey, what's up? What happened?
You came back. You got milk and
Oh,
smokes.
milk, smokes. Yeah. Anything happened between the time I was out?
Did they say that in Australia as well, Myelin? It's
Yeah,
like,
your dad left for milk and smokes and never came back.
Never came back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah.
All too common, Myelin.
That's global. Every language they try to pull that stuff.
It's really the
yeah.
kid's fault for drinking so much milk. I mean, it's constantly. You're just
And
constantly-
cigarettes.
Being
Kid's fault.
stressful. Yeah.
Yeah.
For not smoking.
Stop
if the kid
smoking
had
so much,
smoked,
kids.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah.
he wouldn't have had to go
Happen.
out. He'd be like,
Like,
you
I'm
never
sick of
know
buying
mine,
these
Dad.
smokes, yeah.
Generic. It's so expensive to buy the name brand. It's fucking Newports, man.
Lining the Philip Morris pockets. God damn.
It is crazy though. It's been
This is
what, 2
surreal.
years since Teft's been on
It's-
the show?
Yeah,
No way.
almost 2 years. Almost 2 years.
That's
Yeah, because it was over
crazy.
2
There's
years
no way.
since Destiny. No, wait. Yeah, it since I streamed. Yeah, it was over
Since
2 years,
Destiny
and so
shut
yeah,
down.
since Destiny had breathed its last life. Yeah,
And Tefty left the show around right when we were about to announce our raid group for the final shape.
yeah.
So I remember we were like,
No. I left.
was it for Lightfall?
Lightfall.
It was for
Lightfall.
Lightfall.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which after playing Lightfall, I'm glad because man, that was
Well timed.
Oh, yeah. Let's hear it.
I timed it perfect. Wow, amazing. Yeah. It's so for people wondering, like I had life stuff come up between like my mom going into hospice. She actually went into hospice before I left. She had been in for like almost like a year because she's been in hospice for 3 years now, which is crazy. But had that and just some life be life, and I had to make some changes, and I was kind of going down an unhealthy path. Or no, I was definitely going down an unhealthy path with the way I was approaching content creation. So I had to get my mind and physical shape kind of readjusted for life and all that. So yeah. I think Twitch kind of gave me an unhealthy perspective of how I would need to do content creation. So
Yeah.
I had to change that. You know what I mean?
It runs
Kind of the
away
all
with
or
you.
nothing grind. And Twitch, the stream was definitely first among everything else. And so I missed a lot of things in life. And I realized that I didn't want to continue down that path. So I made a change. I made a jump. And I didn't know how to do it, honestly. So that's why I didn't really make an official announcement about why or how or all that stuff. Because I didn't know. Unclear,
You did
Yeah.
a Twitch detox, basically, is what I'm hearing.
I did a Twitch, Destiny, hardcore gaming detox.
Yeah, all of that is a good point.
I got Destiny
does it feel
completely out of
coming
my
back?
system.
You haven't played any
It's-
Destiny for 2 years?
Exactly.
Nothing.
I never booted it up once because I was like, there were times I was definitely thinking, oh, maybe I should check out what's going on, something fresh, And then I'd be like, wait, I think I should just stick with don't let it get in me, because I have an addictive personality. It's like why I was able to get into Twitch, because you kind of get addicted to the idea of growth and making stuff happen, So I cold turkeyed it for like 2 years, and then started kind of gaming more this past year, and decided it was time to come on back and have
Load
a fresh
it
perspective.
back up.
Wait,
Load
so
it back
like,
up.
if we're the good
Let's go
friend,
now.
should we tell you to no, step away
Stay
from
back.
control and Teft? No.
We're just,
Step
we're
away
just
from
actually,
Destiny.
We're going to end this call right now.
Yeah, we're sending you back to rehab, bub.
No,
You started
it's been
streaming
interesting
again,
coming
too.
back. Yeah. I'm
Yeah, let everyone know what's going on. What's
I'm like a
been happening?
part-time streamer, you know? Like I'm just it's super chill. I don't want to be a hardcore like I'm gonna do everything first and try to make sure I'm ready for all the things that are dropping and stay like all tip top on all the every last detail that comes out news wise, because I think that was also kind of driving me a little crazy with
Yeah.
like the way life was shaping
Yes.
for me, you know?
Mm.
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
I'm like doing these short 2 to 4 hour streams and basically just saying Monday through Friday. And if there's a holiday, I'm not streaming. And if I got family stuff, I'm not streaming. And
Not even Christmas?
no Christmas, not even Christmas
No
Eve.
Christmas tree?
Not even Christmas Eve.
No, Christmas Eve's out. You know. Yeah, it feels good so far. Like I'm liking the perspective of it, and I'm liking Destiny again as well, playing it again.
That's good.
Although that's largely because of the final shape, not Lightfall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The final
good.
shape was really good.
It's a good expansion, really good. A very stark contrast from Lightfall, because coming back, I played Lightfall and I was like, well, maybe I'll just do my Warlock. Oh, I'm a Warlock main now also.
All
Through
right.
and through.
Definitely
Here's a question for
now.
you, Teft.
Yeah,
Here's-
I even played
You've
You've
Gambit.
changed, man.
Yeah, no beard, Warlock main, short streams. Who is this person?
Gambit cop.
Gambit come.
Gambit police is here.
After
Yeah,
playing Lightfall, tell us what you think the Veil is.
the Veil. Oh,
The
the hell
Veil.
is the Veil? Okay,
Who
no.
knows?
Here's the thing. No.
Do you
You're
finish
expecting
it?
me
You
to
said-
follow these like threads of Destiny of like what actually happened, what I played? No. Like even for someone who's played Destiny for years and then take a long break and then come back to it, Destiny is super confusing. Period. Like
Well,
the interface is
that's kinda-
confusing. Come back
That's
to I'm
kind
like,
of the meme with Livefall was like the introduction of the Veil, the who's do's it's, and then like
Oh, yeah.
never explaining it. I made a montage. I think they say the Veil like 100 times or something in the campaign.
yeah.
The Veil,
Well, they
the
said
Veil,
it in
Veil,
the final shape
Veil,
too.
Veil.
For the final shape, they were talking about like the Veil came at the end, or they were understanding something about the Veil. The Veil offered some
I
sort of
can't remember.
transcontinental connection, some crap. I don't know. You know.
Yeah. Well, anyway,
Yeah.
10 years of doing Destiny lore doesn't help you either, to be honest.
Yeah, man. I mean, when you have
Which
to
is
have
crazy.
dedicated people like yourself explain it, something's up with your storytelling in the game, right?
And then when
It was a double-edged sword.
dedicated people like
Yeah.
yourself stop explaining it, we're just lost.
Yeah, Myelin.
Fran's our lore guy now.
Resonance.
Fran is our man on the
darkness.
inside because all of us stopped playing Destiny.
Well, now we have
Briar,
Teft, though.
right after Final Shape, was like, I'm done. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, that
And
was
then
it.
shortly
That
Yeah,
was
after-
the
is that
official
cold
it.
turkey?
But really, Lightfall was like there was no gameplay during Lightfall. Like I played through
Lightfall
the
was a
story.
bit of a steaming turd.
You know what's
Yeah.
interesting is I always have to remind I played a ton of Destiny around Lightfall, and I feel like we so often talk about how is the campaign, which is like such a small percentage of what you actually do in Destiny.
Mhm.
So I'm curious about that. Are you talking about anything related to Lightfall you thought was sort of steaming pile? And what was your
pacing.
feeling with
The
just the
pacing, like-
improvements you've seen? You may not even know the differences, right? One of the
Oh,
big
no.
things, as an example, when Lightfall came out, they got rid of armor affinity nonsense of solar.
Oh, there's a
armor.
ton of improvements. Ton.
Yeah,
I've
but you
seen
may not
apps,
even
like,
know.
left
what
and
that
right
was.
improvements. I mean, the
Right.
vault, you can access the vault directly from the screen. That's insane.
Yeah,
You can.
That's life changing
It's true.
as a guardian. Like what?
It's true.
And there's been a few of them where I've been like, oh my god, I can't believe this is in the game now. This is like we've been asking for this. Like this ended websites. Websites have been they appled a bunch of content from
yeah.
websites.
Can you think
Yeah.
of anything else? Maybe is there anything else that stood out that you're like, whoa, they've like,
Cross
sort of.
count leveling. All your characters
Oh,
get
right.
levels. Yeah, from your drops. There's like builds now that you can save.
The loadouts, yeah.
Loadouts, like-
that was a huge thing.
That's crazy. The fact like all the combination of the super stuff that you can kind of interact with and now pick and choose, like that's also
Mm.
an evolution of Destiny that I feel like was always just waiting there or waiting to be plucked and is now there. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's quite a few stuff. But when it comes to Lightfall, I think it was just it felt like a seasonal piece of content that also had Strand attached, and then they're like, "Here's Strand. It's really cool, but you can't have it. You can have taste.
Yeah.
You can't have it though.
Oh,
Another
that's
mission,
right. Yeah.
you can have taste,
Mhm.
but you can't have it. All right. So stop getting used to the Strand stuff because it's not yours yet. And then you actually beat the campaign. You're like, finally. And then
Yeah.
they're like, go grind this public space for like
Yeah.
hours if you really want Strand.
Yeah, that
I'm
was
like,
my.
this is poorly designed.
Yeah, you saw how rushed it was. Really, that's what I remember about the Lightfall campaign. Is they give you the taste of Strand, and then throughout, like they are like letting you use it, but it's literally dropped in the open city environment. Is like go to this corner where there's some caves and use Strand. And I was like, what?
Super confusing. Yeah, and then I'm juggling back
wasn't
and forth
cool.
between
Yep.
the fact that I'm using a particular subclass and then like, oh, I have Strand now, and like, oh, I can
Yeah.
grapple. Cool. So I'm doing that, and then they're like, no, you can't. You're done. You
Yeah.
did a thing. Get off here. You know. Whereas the final shape, they did it right, where they're like, prismatics come in, it's really cool, and they give you your first hit of prismatic, and you basically have it, and then you're a prismatic guardian.
Mhm.
That was cool. And then like
was
you
cool.
actually go through the campaign and unlock bits of kit through the campaign that make you feel more powerful, which is exactly what an action RPG should do. As you play the game and you unlock story bits, you become more powerful, right? I'm sure Path of Exile has been doing something like that, where you like slowly are gaining more bits of power because you've been playing the game.
You gain biddies, you get the titties.
Exactly. The biddies and titties, exactly. So
Just got some
final
biddies in
shape, they figured it
chat.
out. But
Yeah.
man, Lightfall was such a kick. I was like, oh boy, if this is, I don't know. I would just
Yeah.
stick to my warlock and play a little bit. But then I played the final shape, and now I'm like, maybe I'll play my other characters as well.
So
Hmm.
one, I think, quick Lightfall thing. The glaive was Lightfall, right? And what do you think of the glaive? Either way.
No,
Was
Glaive
the
was
Glaive
Witch
final
Queen.
shape. Oh, was
No,
it Witch Queen?
was it Witch
It was
Queen, I
Witch
mean.
Queen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it
I
was
remember
Witch Queen.
using the
Oh, never mind.
exotic
So you
to
already
like
used
Yeah,
it.
that goes all the way
through.
back in. Yeah.
Okay, I was-
What else did they? Yeah, it was
I was trying to
Strand
think. They definitely
happened
launched
when
like
Lightfall?
another. I mean,
Strand is the big thing.
rocket sidearms. I don't know.
Oh.
Was
No, that's
was that
final
somewhere
shape.
in
final
between.
shape?
It
Yeah.
was somewhere in between.
Yeah, final shape for sure. And that has been. Oh yeah, it was a seasonal thing. People said in chat.
Wasn't it the really? Was
It was an Iron Banner thing. Or no, it came from
I
that.
think it was Warlord's
that
Ruin
dungeon.
with Indebted
Yeah.
Kindness was the first
Yeah,
one. The Arc one.
Briar's sex dungeon.
Is that what you call it?
Yeah, that's what everyone else was calling it. I'm just picking up what.
I didn't even know. we
That's
haven't
word
got a
on the
chance
street,
to
Briar.
talk about this yet, Briar.
You've got a reputation.
You know what's
Surprised I
funny?
made it out to the street. I was really kind of keep that on the down low.
Does anyone know in San Francisco they have what is it? It's
Briar Sex Dungeon?
Briar
yeah,
Sex
it
Dungeon.
is literally
The
Briar
bar.
Sex Dungeon.
LTD.
It's, I forget if it's. I'll look up the name of it, but it's famous. Briar probably owns it. It looks exactly like
he's a 90% investor.
that. I'm sure he's in the vest or something.
So pocket rockets are
Yeah,
fantastic.
the armory.
They are.
Yeah, pocket rockets are amazing. A great addition. I am surprised Bungie put them in the game because they seem kind of broken for how good they are.
Oh, they
And-
have been.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one I got's got subsistence on it, so I just keep getting kills, and then it just keeps refilling, and I'm just like gobble gobble gobble, delicious.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
That's it.
And then I got Microcosm, I think yesterday.
That's a dope
Man,
gun.
That thing's fantastic too. Really good gun.
It's like the
Yeah.
Death Star beam, but you could use it.
Spartan beam type of thing from Halo, also. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's there's so many things that they got right with the final shape. Also, that final mission with 12 people, man, that's super
Oh.
cool.
A little emotional.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, emotional for sure. Your ghost
Mhm.
dying, and then Cade's like, "I choose you. Everyone else is dead."
Yeah.
All those other guardians you're with, well,
Screw
there's
them,
no more
motherfucker.
light.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, Cade coming back was a bit like, what the hell? But I loved his dialogue. But I was also like,
Yeah.
huh? What, Bungie? Come on. But then the Ahamkara wish, that was cool. So, and also the whole connection with Crow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Final shape was great.
Yeah, it's a good expansion. It's great to play Lightfall, have my hopes or my expectations lowered and been like, okay. And then play the final shape and be like, I think Destiny feels good right now, even though I know there's a whole exodus going on right now, or people saying that it's the perpetual dead game type of scenario.
I mean, there's always an exodus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, as it happens over 10 years, right? There's going to be people who are like, I'm done, I'm done, I'm done, I'm done. I'm
Yeah,
done.
naturally. I mean, I quit 2 years. I was like, I have to step away from this game.
Yeah. I do think the final shape kind of gave people though that final feather in
Exit
the cap
point.
feel.
Yeah.
Like you'd been thinking about it, and a lot of people like you already kind of weren't playing a ton, but that was very much like, well, I did the 10 years and kind of capped it off. Let's see what they do next. And because they haven't really done that next thing, you're just like, well,
Yeah.
I'm probably done, but we'll see.
And what is that next thing? Frontiers?
Frontiers. Yeah.
Frontier, okay.
Frontier.
And that's not
Next year.
that's not the mobile thing.
It's the veil.
No.
Okay.
Frontiers is
you-
good. They're going to be trying like a Metroidvania type of thing.
With Frontiers,
Type
really.
of layout. Yeah, with Frontiers.
I mean, I love Metroidvania.
Well, is
Yeah.
that with Frontiers or what do
It
they
is,
call
yeah.
the sub levels of
Frontiers.
Frontiers?
Frontiers.
Yeah, it is
You know what I'm
fun.
talking about? There's seasons,
Acts.
Oh,
there's
God.
Frontiers,
Briar,
and
do
then
you know
there's
about this?
Yeah.
I mean,
We've-
Tefty, do you know about this?
there's a
No,
whole
I have no
chunk
nothing.
to go
I have
through
not been
the-
following
this-
on news of this.
there's
this
so many
season's
layers.
episode.
Okay, I
Yeah,
want
sorry.
Fran to explain
No.
it to Tefty and see.
No, no,
You're Googling it. I saw it.
no.
You're pulling it up.
I,
have
I
a-
can explain it. I
Okay,
made
you
videos
explain
about
it to
it.
Tefty, and then
I'm trying to
Tefty, you
pull the-
let us know how much sense it makes.
I'm trying to pull
Okay.
the graph up, but yeah.
well, no, I don't.
Give me a,
I'll
give
tell
me
you-
a
I'll tell you the
time
season
frame of where this
episode
is.
because
Yeah.
we went from seasons and they had
Yes.
I think it was the final shape like promo stream, right? Like we're changing things up, we're getting rid of seasons, we're gonna make episodes, let us
Yeah.
cook. You gotta get 3 episodes a year rather than 4 seasons. But they gotta be bigger media. So it's like kinda like well, so it's still the same amount of work. Well, it sounds like it's more
It
work.
turned out
but
to be
it was-
exactly like
Nah, it's
seasons.
less.
yeah, and then like, but it's not gonna be as repetitive. It's gonna be different. Trust us.
Okay, so I've got.
Scooby Doo meme. It's seasons.
I
Yeah, that's
remember
why I
now-
was like, even
seasons.
playing it, I'm like, well, this is clearly seasons.
Yeah, I wanted to get the
Episodes.
terminology right, but
Seasons.
but
Yeah, the
Watts is
episodes
right.
is clearly seasons.
So what they've got is Codename Frontiers is actually the next year of content, which is now packaged into 2 pieces. And it's more simply put that you've got alpha and beta. And that's what I was getting at, Watts. That's called Apollo, and Behemoth is the
Yes.
one after that. Apollo is the Metroidvania one, I think. Is that right?
Yes.
I think. So anyway,
Yes.
Apollo is supposed to come out next June-ish. Summer, they say, but you
And
know,
that's
if
an
you're-
expansion, Tefty. It's
it's
basically
an,
like
they've got
Like-
that's it. 2 expansions.
Hopefully not Lightfall. Maybe something
As-
closer to the final shape.
part of a year, yeah. But where
Yeah.
it gets confusing, they literally have like a dial down graph. It's like you got Frontiers is the whole year, split into 2, alpha, beta, effectively, Apollo, Behemoth. And then under that, each one of those have their own season. But within a season, it's split again into a major update 2 times. So you have 4 major updates over the year. You have 2 seasons over the year,
2 seasons.
which align with the 2 expansions.
They publicly said this?
Yeah, and it all makes sense if
Why,
you're
why would they
looking
even
at-
admit that? Because like that's obviously not going to be followed. That's immediately going to be like, we're not going to make this deadline. Throw that out the window. You know?
Honestly, seeing Teft's face, because like if you're not looking at the graph, it's extra confusing too. But that was the perfect. I love that.
It's insane. Also knowing the history, I'm like, yeah, right. That's
Oh,
obviously not going to be followed to a T. Even
and-
like that's maybe a 2-year span that gets,
Maybe.
fluxed here and there.
Yeah, it's funny they put it in 2 bullet points to say 2 expansions per year and 4 major updates of free content. That's the other thing. The major updates are free.
Mm.
But wait, I got
Oh.
another one, which is awesome. So you know how there's 2 seasons in a year now coming up. But stay with
What?
me.
Stay
Oh,
with
yeah,
it.
okay, yeah. The buy
There's
season.
they call them
Got it.
seasons that align
Stay
with
with-
Apollo
They're-
and Behemoth, which are expansions. So there's
Okay.
1 season per expansion. But you're gonna love this. As part of now within there's the 2 major updates. But I forgot to tell you that there's 2 rewards passes as part of the season,
Rewards pass? What?
which is basically a season pass, but they're calling it a
Season
rewards
pass.
pass now. I think.
No, they
But-
relabeled the battle pass?
Well, because there's 1 season, you now have to have 2 rewards passes. So you get 2 that align with these free updates. It's very graphable. I'll send it to you. It's good stuff.
Some executive thought this was brilliant.
If we confuse people, they'll just give us money.
This has got executive written all over it that hasn't actually like been in the weeds making the game. They're like, we're gonna be cashing out on this. Look at all these battle passes.
Dollar
mm."
bills, y'all.
More battle
Well,
pass.
one of them is
Yo,
free and one of them is
cosmetics.
paid with the
Nah,
battle
the
pass.
free's gonna be
rewards, right?
garbage. We already know
Is
that.
that?
I mean,
I can't even keep track of that. But
It's
The
confusing.
free content's always gonna be like the shallow, like something nice, but you want more. And then they expect you to buy the battle pass or the whatever the
Yeah.
season episode
That might-
crap.
that might be a good segue. Did you get to try the, as they called it, the Into the Light content, the Onslaught stuff?
Yeah,
The
actually, Onslaught's
wave-based.
amazing. That's another
Also, that's
thing.
good.
You know what? That was another thing that I wanted to mention that I couldn't think of, but that's one of those quality of life things that or not quality of life specifically, but like something that is really smart with the sandbox. Because there's things in Destiny that just make sense, right? Like for
Yeah.
instance, using a whole bunch of different elements of your supers together, like prismatic. Like that's an obvious, like, yeah, of course, you know, like all these things are in there. Why not use them together? Like that's a great sandbox use. Same thing with Onslaught. Onslaught's awesome because people like waves of stuff,
Yeah.
and they like the whole idea of making tower defense. I love that. I'm a fan of a good tower defense mobile game. So that plus Destiny, plus all the guns I get to use, plus the different variety of enemies that show up. I think it's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Shooting
the-
stuff
oh.
in Destiny's fun.
And I got a midnight coup right away with
Yes.
the Firefly kinetic tremor. Whatever.
Yeah,
Kinetic something or
probably.
another. Yeah. People are like, oh, nice, good
Yeah,
roll.
but is it like an OG Midnight Coup?
I still have that. It's got 33,000 kills.
You still kept it. Look
And you
at
can
this.
use it
Look at this
now
young
that they
legend.
just like
Yeah.
they got rid of all of the sunsetting stuff. You can use it.
Yeah, that pisses me off, honestly. They're like, just get rid of it. It's no use. We're moving on. And then like 2 years later, you can take it all back. Bring it all back. You know, if you didn't delete it, you had the gift of foresight. You knew what was happening.
That's the problem with
bless
the
up.
live service games, right? It's like they can always just be like, well, actually, we need to do this. So you end up not trusting anything that's being said about the future because
Yeah.
you're like, could change at any second.
Well, exactly.
you've
So
been
that's
on a
why them
roller
laying out
coaster.
them laying out this whole like whatever that is, the roadmap, some sort
Mm-hmm.
of that sounds like a Bungie wish list. That's what they gave us. They're like, this is what we really would like to do.
Their internal document
Yeah.
wish list.
Yeah. It's like here's what
To-do
they wish would happen, but we all know the reality is going to be something very different.
Yeah. I mean, the
Not to be
segue
not to be
there
a downer.
was to your point, everybody loved Onslaught, and that was a free major
It was
event.
good.
That was to gap. It bridged a gap because Final Shape got delayed, and so that was the
Significantly, right?
context. Yeah, because it was February 2024 for the Final Shape originally, and it got delayed till June.
Right.
And so they had to come up like, let's bridge the gap. They had Guardian games, I guess, in the, or no, what's the other one? I don't know. One of those free events. I think Guardian games. But they had to bridge the gap, and they came up with this and cooked some of that. But everybody loved it, and that was the Frontiers, Apollo Behemoth context here. There's now 4 major updates a year, which I think what they're getting at, hopefully, is they want to take something like Onslaught and do it 4 times in different, experimental ways as part of free content on top of moving
Okay.
faster in general. That's their pitch. If you really get into it, I mean, I'm with you. It's like, are you really going to be able to put this together so neatly, given your past? Like multiple expansions get delayed a year and a half.
Yeah.
Now they're like, well, we have less staff, and
Yeah, they
we're gonna
let go a ton of
split it
people,
up
right?
A lot
Yeah.
of people.
Yeah.
But they want to
Yeah.
iterate faster and experiment more. And I think at the base of it, that
Iterate
is-
with like 10 people. That's a fast
Well,
team to iterate
yeah,
with.
I mean, it's we'll see.
It's easier to
Yeah.
change direction. A small ship is easier to change direction with than a big ship.
A sloop.
Yeah,
right?
Briar's one of the corporate fat cats. Listen to that.
They don't want to spend like a ton of time working on one big massive expansion is basically what it was. They want to do like smaller ones so they can kind of pivot faster
Experiment.
and make some changes and
Yeah.
experiment. Yeah.
That makes
We'll
sense
see.
from that perspective. But like the issue that Bungie seems to have historically and still has is that they make cool things and then they go, well, we're done with that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Because I feel like with Onslaught, they'd probably be like, yeah, but it's not going to be Onslaught. It's going to be something completely different. And you're going to hopefully like it. And the fact is, what they could do is take something like Onslaught and just keep refining it and add more things and make more interesting things to it. And like, that's
Just
great
like what they did
content.
with Gambit.
That's this season, kind of.
That's
didn't do
kind
that
of
much,
this
but
season. Kind of,
Gambit.
yeah.
but they did Onslaught Salvation. They did exactly kind of what you're talking about. I don't know if you played that at all yet as part of
I have a
Revenant.
different thing. Yeah.
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 It's
I'm
a small iteration.
Yeah, small iteration. Yeah, you're right. So if they do things like that, makes sense. But if they keep the thing where someone gets in charge and is like, I'm gonna put my thumbprint on it, and it's gonna be something brand new and never seen before in Destiny, and it's like delays. Who knows how the content hits?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah,
Well,
so
you've
I,
been on a
But that's
roller
what I want to
coaster
see,
ride
Tefty.
coming back.
That's what I want to see from Destiny. I
It
want to
has,
see
yeah.
somebody put their thumbprint on it, bring a brand new thing. That's how we got
Nah.
Trials of Osiris. That's how we got Gambit. I mean, Gambit was fun when it first started. It
Gambit's
got
still
old.
fun. I can testify.
you've
Gambit,
played it in the
I
last few
hereby certify Gambit is still fun. I have
weeks.
played
Put
it.
those glasses back on and
Yeah.
get out of
My-
Destiny lore book while
I'm
you do
serious.
it.
I played it recently, and I was like, this is a great game mode.
It
When
is
I'm
a
not
good game mode.
when I'm
is
not
a good
getting
game.
like stream sniped and people trying to play like just like disgusting loadouts because I'm in the lobby, it's a
Yeah.
fun game mode.
Well, you know where the lead on that is now?
Mm,
Marathon.
Marathon, right?
Lars, right? Lars.
Do you
Yeah.
know
brought
about
us-
marathons?
Not really. I remember you had mentioned
I
something
honestly,
about
I
Watts.
feel like
yeah.
I'm talking to, like an alien who's gonna tap. Okay, we're
Yeah.
introducing you to Destiny. Here's Bungie. They have this other thing called Marathon.
Yeah, this whole
Have you
thing
heard of
like
extraction shooters?
Did you ever play
extraction
Tarkov?
shooters.
Teft?
Oh, okay, got it. So that's what it is.
Or
Um,
Division way back in the day.
yeah, Division Dark Zone was fun.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that
Dark
was fun.
Zone.
That was fun back in the day.
But is it going to be like a looter shooter?
Yeah.
No,
Well,
it's an
I know.
extraction shooter.
from
It's an extraction,
Bungie,
right?
It's like a
So-
straight.
Are
extraction
they
shooter.
getting? Yeah, I don't understand
So you
it. I never
steal loot
played
out of it, but-
Tarkov. I've only watched Tarkov, so I understand it in that sense. But I don't understand
You
the.
love it. It's like Gambit. It's PvEVPvEVP.
It is.
So
yeah.
it's
Oh,
Tarkov's
you,
like
explain it
Gambit,
like
but-
that. So simple.
completely
like
insane
Gambit.
and unplayable. Like at first, it's actually it was one of my best streams I ever did. Teft, that if you do ever try Tarkov, first of all, it's expensive still, but
Yeah.
it was
Why
one of
is
my
it
best streams because I said, do not tell me anything. I couldn't even figure out how to get in the game without being terrified. That I thought I was gonna like go in and lose everything because it's an extraction game, right? And
Yeah. There's
I had like
stakes
a
in there.
pack that
You lose your
and
stuff.
you're literally just confused at what to do. But it was fascinating because people were like just watching me try. It was almost like somebody put a body with open heart surgery in front of you, like half open, and they're like, "Go for it," and you're
Wow,
like,
that's
"What?"
serious.
But anyway,
That's intense,
Marathon
man.
is inspired
So they're making
by
that game. Open heart
Well-
surgery extraction.
Yeah,
Oh, so they got who's the new lead from the directors from Riot, right?
the
Yeah.
Valorant game director came
Games.
He-
over.
Oh,
the
they
guy
brought
that worked
in
on
someone from
Valorant is
Valorant. Okay.
now. Now the
Hero
game
shooter
director.
background.
Yeah,
That's
Wow.
interesting.
But
But
I think what we know from Marathon is it is a typical extraction where you have characters that will have some skills, run faster, slide, I don't know, boost, jump, whatever. And yeah, normal extraction mode is you get dropped into a map that has loot locations and other people get dropped into. You can be solo or in a team. If you kill other people, you take their gear. If you die, you lose everything on you usually. And then you try to get the goodies and then get out.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes
And
sense.
often the map design encourages these teams to cross paths, or the best loot's in the center, like Hunger Games, and everyone's running for it, you know?
Yeah, there'll be like a boss area or something where you need to go take
Or there'll
him
be
down.
a boss or something, yeah.
Yeah.
And they have been, apparently they're going to have like evolution of the maps and stuff because they want to stay true to some of the Marathon lore.
I'm
but
curious if they keep that.
That's kind of was really early on, and I don't know if that's going to survive or not.
Yeah.
I
spoke
just hope
about
that
it
they
super
have
early.
2 seasons a year, each with 4 quadrants, and under those quadrants they have subsections A,
Reward
B, and C of
quadrants.
how you can actually extract and when to extract. And if the moon is full, then maybe it's a double drop.
Yeah.
That's
And
why
if you
I hope.
sign up to Keystone 1, you can't do Keystone 2. Definitely don't do
Yeah.
that. Because that's a
Yeah.
power boost on column
Yeah, well-
B, but definitely a debuff in column C. So.
What did you call it, Fran? What are they calling the battle pass again? The new one?
rewards
Reward
passes.
pass.
Rewards pass. What is this, like Costco or something?
I mean,
Come to Safeway and get your rewards pass.
you get your discount card. Definitely. But yeah, I mean, the truth is, there's been no gameplay of Marathon, and time has gone on, and they got picked up by Sony in that time, and so
Yeah, for
We'll
billions
see.
of dollars.
You weren't
right?
even here for that, right? The
Yeah,
Sony thing?
I read about it. I was like,
Man. Yeah.
again?
again,
Yeah.
yeah.
Again?
Honestly, like Bungie's got real good at slipping and sliding around these like
They're playing the slip and
deals.
slide. Yeah.
playing
Yeah.
the slip and slide. And some people got lots of money
That's
out of
good.
the
Oh, I'd imagine deals like that usually move a lot of money into people's pockets.
yeah, because it's like
Right.
the devs, obviously the higher you are in the chain, the more stocks
higher you are, the
have,
bigger-
the more
bigger
shares
payout.
you have, and then
Stonks.
Sony buys those shares, and then
Cash money.
cash money.
All right.
deals.
And then you
But-
can tell your employees how many classic cars you got.
Yeah, there you go. Listen, guys. AI's here. We don't need you. Thanks for
Jeez.
everything.
Chat
Scary
GPT,
times.
Narrative
design
design.
marathon.
Yeah.
Let's mid journey
yeah,
that
it-
skybox.
Design a unique extraction game, please.
Yeah, I mean, it's
ChatGPT,
crazy, right?
You are
They,
a lead designer in a video game.
yeah. I was gonna say they were working
You are
on.
overworked and underpaid. You may lose your job at any moment.
yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
this
they
is the
lost
best
something
game
like
ever.
600-700 employees, but spread across many things.
700?
But
It was
part
a
of
lot,
this
yeah.
Crap.
was
I didn't realize there's that many.
you may have heard about some of this too, but they were working on other stuff. There was that like
Yeah.
Project Gummy Bears, but one of the things we came to learn, which unfortunately, Luke and Mark were on. Mark knows where Luke Smith, and they were working on I think third person like Destiny, sort of a brand new IP, take the
Yeah.
franchise in a new direction, and that got put on ice
Third
effectively.
person Destiny, brand new IP.
Yeah. So to take it in a brand new world and direction, I don't think we knew much more than that. But
Yeah, I don't
they were probably
remember.
working on that for
How-
years.
How
I
many
would assume.
things did they say they had? Like 5. They had like 5 projects or something on the go at once.
Yeah. Project
they're-
Gummy Bears.
Okay.
Is that like some MOBA-esque?
MOBA-esque, yeah, it's kind of what we
Like a top-down
I don't know,
third person?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Top
So
down,
that
yeah.
team, I believe, got absorbed into Sony to help.
Yeah,
with the
they're now a
headcount
Sony
thing.
studio.
Mhm.
They're a Sony studio now.
Yeah.
So they get to,
So
which was
Wow.
That lives
probably the
on.
best case scenario out of all of it, because it was like there's this people who have been working on this game for a long time, and they now get to continue that project, and they're under Sony. Brand new studio, new project, keep going.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do they like Sony? You think?
They are Sony now, so they have
I'd always be nervous about management
They ain't
changes
gonna
like
tell you,
that.
that's for sure.
I, for one, love our new corporate overlords.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the thing. It's like you hope that the deal is good, but then you think about like the other side of that is them being fired from Bungie or
Yeah.
let go from Bungie. So
Yeah.
keeping
such a
the
long
game
lineage.
that they're, I assume, passionate about and keeping a job, probably.
Yeah,
worst case
obviously
scenario.
that's important, and that's great that they got to keep their livelihood going that way. It's
Yeah.
just it's like we saw this coming when they first talked about Sony gooping Bungie, being like, "We'll see what happens," and
Yep.
then
Well,
sure enough,
there was another Sony, not acquisition today, but a majority happened today.
Oh yeah,
What happened?
Mhm.
the Kadokawa stuff.
They officially own majority stocks of Kadokawa.
What's that?
yeah, what's that? The
A media
motorcycle?
conglomerate.
That is the
I love Kadokawa motorcycles.
that's FromSoft is a part of it, and
Oh, really?
Oh.
That's the holding company for what?
Yeah.
FromSoft, and then
a
I think
bunch of
anime.
things. Yeah, a bunch of anime.
And is Crunchyroll?
manga.
Crunchyroll is under them.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Bloodborne 2
Well,
confirmed.
Sony has Crunchyroll already.
Bloodborne PC remastered, 120 FPS, confirmed with Bloodborne 2.
But it wasn't a straight up acquisition. Like we're buying. It was like we're just basically the
They're-
TLDR of what was happening is that there was a Korean company that just puts out absolute ass
Okay.
who was really encroaching on a hostile takeover. So them having the majority shares. So Kadokawa went to Sony for them to buy them so
Help.
that
Yeah.
they could
Help.
keep it in Japan. They could keep all of their stuff as like in a Japanese company. So it wasn't a total takeover. They now just have the majority shares.
Yeah.
So
the
someone else
exact
can't do that.
number from Sony is Sony will become Kadokawa's largest shareholder, holding approximately 10% of its shares, including the shares Sony previously acquired. But that's the most that anybody has is apparently
Ubisoft's about to walk over there and
crazy
be
is
like,
that
"Hey, I
stuff?
heard you guys love
It's
shares."
crazy.
I would love to be a fly on a wall to see that kind of stuff, just to like just see how that plays out. Like they get news, someone's trying to like soak up all the shares. Like, quick, we need someone else to like jump in here and protect us. Papa Sony.
What a rough business right now.
Yeah, so maybe we'll get a Bloodborne collab in Destiny. Maybe we'll get it.
Yeah.
Maybe.
How about just Bloodborne? How about can we just have Bloodborne?
I mean, maybe now, maybe it's possible.
60 frames a second, man. Come on. What's it gonna take?
It
I'll
is
take a
amazing
steady
they've just been
30.
holding back on that. PS5 Pro, bro.
Oh,
it
I
work?
almost brought it up.
I don't know.
Does it come out a steady
What's-
30?
I have no idea.
Well,
I was
Fran
gonna
is the
s-
only one that has a PS5 Pro, so Fran, you should go
Yeah.
play Bloodborne and let us know what's
Yeah.
going on there.
Okay, we would all know.
to Digital Foundry and have them frame
Yeah.
count it for us.
We would all know if Bloodborne actually ran significantly better on PS5 Pro, and it does not. But did you have any interest in getting that someday, Teft, or you don't?
A PS5 Pro?
Yeah, like
Yeah, it's
Did
just
it
way
appeal to you?
overpriced right now. Like when
Yeah.
the PS4 Pro came out, it was an obvious like evolution and a deal.
mhm.
But they're like $200-$300 more, no CD drive. You know, you take it. We're Sony. You like what we give you, type of
I'm gonna
thing.
take it.
And I'm like, yeah, no thanks.
But do you
I-
play much PlayStation?
I do actually, yeah,
Oh, okay.
quite a bit. Yeah,
I
we
was
have.
thinking.
But I was gonna say we have two PS5s and memes. PS5 busted. It's
Oh.
like
right.
first time having a console just die this generation. So that
Like
was
it.
annoying.
Busted or just bu-
I think the power supply went out on it because there was no beep, not even a beep or anything
Did
like
you
that.
send it in for warranty?
Lacking beep.
It was out of warranty. Why? Like
Mm.
maybe it had 6 months, almost a year, maybe. So
Always happens.
yeah, exactly. And it
Yeah.
costs $250 to have it fixed. But like their whole warranty
Jesus.
thing is like, we'll take it, and then we'll decide if it's worth fixing. But
What?
know this: you're paying us
Yeah.
$250 for the
That's the
promise.
craziest thing.
Yeah, that we'll see about fixing this, and then you gotta trust Daddy Sony.
And you're like, do we get the money back? No.
Yeah, there's nothing. Yeah,
Do they
because
tell you if it's in warranty when you're sending it?
yeah, you put in the console or the serial
Okay,
number and all
okay.
that stuff.
Because
And they're
there's
like,
like
out of
places
warranty.
around me that will fix just about anything. You just bring it
Oh,
over
yeah.
there and like, give me.
I considered it, but-
$50 and a box of Twinkies, and I got you covered.
Yeah, I looked it up. The typical power supply, if it is that, is usually about $150 to $200
Wow.
for a repair
Is that
shop.
much?
Yeah, because it's a pretty significant teardown. So, and then like apparently, if it's a particular component, it's easy to fix, but you have to go through the hours of pulling it all apart.
Can I
assuming
wrap
you
it in
know
a
what you do.
blanket and put it in the oven like with my PS3?
That's what I
the
first
oven.
did. So
Okay,
hopefully it didn't
okay.
break it further.
work.
Interesting.
I did get an email though today that it's on its way back. So
Oh.
I'm assuming it got fixed.
Thank
So
God.
that's
Did you
good.
mark it to see if
Okay.
it'll be your actual one?
Little
Right.
pin on the back or something.
Smart.
Or if they
I
just sending
didn't.
you a
That would have
replacement?
been. I mean, if they send a refurbished one, that's fine.
Yeah, who cares?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as it works.
I care.
Right.
Someone's logging in with your Sony account buying games.
Yeah. But my day one PS5 is working fine.
Yeah, my day one is chilling. Like, there's been a
Mhm.
lot of. There were ones that came out just after that kept overheating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with this one.
I think that's the one. I think we got one of those, and it was
Yeah.
directed from Sony.
Rel-
So yeah.
Relevant to this, I've been cleaning out like a media cabinet, which my TV was on, and I've been like trying to redo some stuff.
I'm
But
doing the
it's just
same
been
thing, Fran, and it sucks.
sitting in there. Yeah, it super sucks, and I'm super negligent with that stuff because
I recently cleaned up this office.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
great.
looks great.
Thank you.
It is
But-
looking good. It's a good setup.
But it was funny. The context here was I literally was plugging in, like my PS3, my Xbox 360, even where I was like checking to see if there was still a disc in there because, like, I don't know, like there might have just been a disc in there.
Oh,
but,
you'll know
there
if
was-
there's a disc in your PS5. It sounds like a jet engine's going to take off.
Well, no, I had to plug them, like make sure it was plugged in
Oh.
and ejected
Yeah, you
because the
gotta
TV's not hooked up
give it
anymore
power.
anyway.
Yeah.
But that was fun going back through the catalog of old systems.
Oh,
I
man.
had
Found
to
some
order
really good
all
stuff.
new HDMI cables because I could not figure out which HDMI cable was causing me a problem. I couldn't get
Oh, no.
HDR out of my not splitter. What's the
Oh.
reverse of a splitter? A combiner. What do you call that?
Combiner.
Smusher.
Switcher. Thank
You're
you.
combining.
Oh,
Oh.
a switcher.
Oh, a combine. I even tapped.
Smusher.
I was with you. I was
Switcher,
like,
you're like, yeah, you can't combine HDMI. It's like,
I was like, into
You're a
what?
smusher.
I was like, what's it gonna turn into?
some compositing program? What?
It turns into an AI
Briar is
beam.
breeding HDMI cables.
And like, it's not like the old days where like any HDMI cable is fine, whatever. Now you got to buy like good
All new
HDMI
standards.
cables.
You do.
They got a new standard coming out too. I think 2.2 is coming out.
Is it
Oh,
really?
Lordy.
I believe so. It's going to
You
have
won't
like
need that
buy a
right
new
now.
a bunch of bandwidth.
Is that like
How do
8K with what?
8K 120 and stuff and all that.
Yeah.
8K.
8K. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, that PS5 Pro, huh? 8K, right? Hmm?
Yeah, right.
That-
Sure.
My PS5 regular says 8K on the box.
Yeah. No, they took that off.
No, mine
Later
does,
on.
though. Mine still has it. I kept the box.
But I like how later on they incognito were like, let's just take off the 8K because
Yeah.
You're like, guys,
Not
people aren't
true.
picking up the 8K TVs. Huh?
yeah.
Yeah. Do
Well,
they
we
even
have a
sell
problem.
8K TVs anymore? Are they a thing?
Sony does.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sony's got like
I'm sure they do.
expensive 8K TVs.
15 frames a second.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
it's
we're
beautiful.
building a new media cabinet. Well, first I'm building a new workbench, and then we're building a new media cabinet. But we had to
You're gonna-
tear apart everything.
Briar got into.
I'm selling mine,
Warhammer.
Briar.
Are you
Oh, yeah.
woodworking?
He's paid. Briar, can you whip out your monocle and your
Oh,
zoomer
here
in
we
here
go.
and your? I want Tefty to
Every-
see what
he's
has
so
happened to you
addicted.
since he left us.
He's trying to befriend Henry Cavill. That's what's going on.
Yes, he's so addicted, dude.
He's so sexy.
I'm worried though because I feel like Brian
You
picks up
can't
a
sit
new
there and
hobby
tell me
every
that you
week
wouldn't
though.
get on.
Yeah,
I
we've
feel
been
like now he's into woodworking.
we've been concerned about him. Yeah, I think I'm fine with most of the hobbies, but like woodworking, I don't
he
know
can
about
make
that.
us. He can make us
Like a
gifts.
Jake- You know,
Yeah, you
Like
can
a
make like a
saw?
little totem.
like I mean, I actually don't know. Maybe Briar's super handy, but I kind of worry he's gonna like cut
Handy
off
are
a
you, Briar?
finger.
Obviously,
Whoa.
I'm handy.
It's like a jeweler
What do you-
thing, right?
Yeah, it's for Jewel.
Yeah, so you can see like the diamond up close.
Well, they're the same price as jewels, that's for sure.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's,
We all
so
need
you're-
hobbies, you know?
So
yeah,
wait, you
man. I have an extensive collection of synthesizers.
There you go.
That's true.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Tefty,
Mm-hmm.
one of the reasons you decided you wanted to come back to streaming
Yes.
is because a certain game was announced.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Monster
several.
Hunter
but
Wilds.
coming up, Wilds. Yeah. Very excited
Yeah.
about that. I was like, ooh, I would love to stream that game.
I would love
I
some of
don't-
that crack.
Yeah. Honestly, I had no plans of coming back to streaming. Like, legitimately. Like, I think a few months ago, it hadn't really crossed my mind. But then when I saw the Monster Hunter Wild stuff, I was like, I think I would love to be a part of a community and share that game. That would be so cool.
Yeah.
So
And
I came
did
back
you-
to Destiny.
Yeah. And had you already played a bunch of Monster Hunter on stream back in the day? I assume.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
I played quite a
yeah.
bit. Yeah. I have
think I remember.
gone through a few weapons. The experience. The Greatsword was my first love.
Are
And the
you
big
going
hits.
to play a little Monster Hunter Worlds or just to get in the mood
Going
again?
raw?
Or will you just, raw dog it?
I'm thinking I might just raw dog it.
Yeah.
'Cause,
just jump in on day one and get into it.
Yeah. It's one
It's
of
a new
those things
generation.
where it'll be rough and I'll be a little uncomfortable. but pretty
Eventually,
soon
you just relax and it'll be
pretty
fine.
soon, yeah. The motions I'll remember how to do things and
Yeah,
the
you'll
great
get
sword
there.
will be humming.
You'll get there. It'll be
Yeah,
fine.
I'm still lining up to play some Monster Hunter with Watts to get primed. But yeah, I'd only played the beta so far for a while, so it's brand new to me.
Have you played Worlds?
No, that's what I'm
He
saying.
hasn't
No,
played anything.
Watts is gonna
Wow.
backseat me doing it. If you remember, I hate being backseated, so we got
Wow,
that
it's
in
gonna
the
be
next.
great.
Yeah, there's a
month or so
lot
here,
of
basically.
things to keep in mind with Monster Hunter. There's a lot of this and that, and like the brewing and like making meals and the
brewing.
ingredients
Do
to
you
go and
know
get.
which
Luckily,
weapon?
Watts
Guess,
is so
guess-
impatient. Or so patient.
I'm so impatient. Do you know? Guess which weapon Fran picked up in the beta for his first time playing
Oh,
Monster
like
Hunter ever?
a switchblade or like a what? Yeah,
What was the name again? What
the
did I
long
choose?
sword?
Blade.
Charge blade.
Charge
Yeah.
blade. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was dope. I tried them all
And
out.
he's
Charge
using
blade
mouse
is
and
cool.
keyboard.
Mouse
yeah,
and
I was also
keyboard?
mouse and keyboard. Yeah.
You
He's
gonna stick with
crazy.
mouse and keyboard in that?
It was rough, but I got to tell you,
Yeah.
the reason why is
Obviously.
anything you'll appreciate
Really?
that. Anything you can point a reticle at in a game like that. So, frankly, it was Horizon, Forbidden West, and Zero Dawn. I was like, this is dope on mouse and keyboard. It took me, it took me 20 to 25 hours of iterating. It would
Yeah.
occur to me like, you know what, I want this here. Oh man, so good once you get there.
Yeah,
So-
with a bow, sure, I could see that. But
And the guns.
yeah,
I don't
there's guns too. Yeah,
It's
I know.
pr-
There's
it's-
a certain experience.
Yeah,
with
but
just
you're
like-
not using a gun, Fran.
I'm
Yeah.
using a bow right now. And no, I did use a gun. You don't tell me what I'm going to use. I'm using a charge blade and something else that I'm going to point at. And I'm going to ride my mount around.
You're gonna
and
rock the
point
charge
at-
blade? You going?
I
into
mean,
that?
that's the plan. Yeah. I did know how to. I completely forgot.
Did you
at this
actually do all the phases of it?
Some.
So
I
you don't
started
really
to
know what the
learn.
charge blade fully is then.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I got farther, but barely in the beta.
Yeah,
I
you
started
were
to
like,
understand how to charge
you
it.
went into the weapon store and you're like, that one looks cool.
Yeah.
Instead
Yeah.
of like reading
Yeah,
the
give me
manual
the-
and being
I
like,
was like,
this is what you
"Fran,
have to do. Huh.
I'm
Millions
all
of
about
katanas get sold at the
vibing it
mall
out.
every year, exactly like this.
I'm all about vibing it out. But
Yeah.
this one weapon, I do
Yeah.
recommend reading a little bit.
Yeah, Fran's like, I'm gonna just pick up the nunchucks and be like,
Yeah. Hey,
yeah,
man.
we're good. You know?
I did. I smacked myself in the face a few times, and like you carry on, you soldier on.
Yeah.
No, honestly, I liked it. I did. It was funny.
getting
I was
there. He was
using it
getting there.
overheated or something or whatever it does for a while, and then I didn't even understand to charge it, but I was transforming it. But then I started to understand how to charge it, and I was like, oh, this is pretty dope. But
Okay.
then because of the mouse and keyboard, I was like, it was really like tricky. So
Because you're mouse and keyboarding it.
you're like it's like roll, double press, it was like doing air quotes all day. It was crazy.
I mean, on a controller, it's amazing. If you understand the pattern and the rhythm that you have to do with the charge blade, it's a satisfying weapon. But it's
I'm all about it.
like the long sword's the same type of thing where you have to do these steps and understand like why you use the weapon that way, and then it becomes really satisfying if you do it.
Yeah, so that's my biggest not complaint. Want going into Wilds, which I don't know if they've changed yet, but you know how like Capcom in Street Fighter, you get in the training room, you can see the combos you've done and trying to do.
There's a
and
training room.
Yeah.
Well, there's the training dummy, but what I'm asking
No,
is,
yeah.
you know how they're like,
Fran, I told you this
yeah.
when you were playing Monster Hunter Wilds beta.
oh, she's gonna backseat me when I. Oh.
The training room wasn't in the beta, but there
I
is
know.
a full training room in the full game.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, they got
Frank's actually got a
And
point
that
though.
will have all the
What I'm
stuff on it.
saying though is
Fighter-
it.
They show you at the bottom of the screen, like here's the combo.
It
and
will
they
do
let
that.
you-
They show you at the top.
Yeah, they
it would
do.
show you. It would show you more in the training room. It shows you on the top right in the beta, but in the training room, it will show you more.
Oh, that's what I'm asking. So
Yeah.
like it flashes. It's like a strobe flash of like you did, and then
It
like
happens
then
in
what?
like the middle of the screen in the training room. Like as it takes you through the weapon, it like actually shows you. Here's how you do this. You do
Right.
this. You do this.
And it's bigger.
But you know how it shows
lot
the
bigger,
next
yeah.
thing you can do, but it disappears. That's what I'm asking. Is it going to
Yeah, I'm
stay
talking
on
about-
screen?
well,
in the training room?
in the training room, it's in the middle and it's teaching you the weapon. Like
So
a
it'll
full, a full
stay
tutorial
on
for the
screen.
weapon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's going to be huge for Fran.
It
It was like every time it was like
Huge
Men
for
in Black.
everyone.
I was like, oh, charged it, saw the double press the what? You know, and for me, it's like
Yeah, I
K,
get that.
F1, 2 mouse buttons, you know,
K,
and I'm like, I don't,
F1, and
I mean, I'm joking. It
it
felt-
might be. I don't know.
It
Brandon, you
could've
might
been.
want to
Could
try
be.
controller also. Just like legitimately, just try it.
Plug it in. Give it a try.
Yeah.
Give it a little diddle it. A
Don't
little
be a Monster Hunter Wilds hipster. Stop it.
You,
Just,
You
know.
can't put
you can switch to keyboard if you start using the bow, or I mean, not even the bow, the gun.
I tell you what,
You
I'm
could
putting-
even do both, Fran. You could be on your
Let-
controller with the charge blade, get on the sacred, whip out the gun, go to mouse and keyboard.
Let me
Yeah.
tell
You
you
could be
something,
crazy
brother.
with it.
I'm
But-
bringing the
Look,
wild to Wilds this February.
Yeah,
We're
they
playing
are-
mouse and keyboard.
They're very
That's where I'm
different
at.
play styles. So you really could, if you wanted, like, be like, oh, if I'm using the bow or the gun, you know, mouse and keyboard it.
When,
I don't like
when I
this.
used to play Battlefield, that's what I used to do is have like
I
on-
remember that.
on foot, like mouse and keyboard, and then get in the helicopter, work out the controller.
Oh, yeah.
You're all ganging up on me. Let me just
Yeah.
Mm.
Here we
do
are.
my.
Times.
For,
Yep.
next thing you're gonna be like, so, I don't think you
So-
should try the charge blade.
Yeah, frankly.
Don't
This is an
try
advanced
the,
weapon.
You know what? Just don't play. It's not for you. Clearly.
Okay, I'll put it in this perspective. There is satisfaction to be had with all the weapons. Some of them require a few mountains to climb in order to master them. Some of them are nice little hills that you can get up and be like, this is fun slaying monsters. Wow, I'm slicing, I'm dicing, I'm shooting, I'm looting, I'm carving, But
You're
then
more
the
of a
charge
hill
blade,
guy.
the charge blade, why not climb a hill before you decide, let's summit the mountain?
Or you can go with the mountain, but you gotta read before you go up the mountain. You gotta
Well,
read about the path up the
The,
mountain.
gotta
the
prepare.
training room will change everything potentially. Okay.
The training room will
So-
help a lot. It will
but-
help. It will help immensely. Yeah.
But here's, admittedly, I'm going to lose like 6 to 7 hours of keybinds. It's going to be like, it's going to take forever.
Yeah, that's just
It's
should use
crazy.
a controller.
I know. You can't change who you are, dude. You know how this
Do
No,
is.
you
it's
want to
true.
fight
That's true.
monsters, or do you want to fight the weapon that you're meant to be wielding?
Both.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, if you're having fun, Fran, then that's really all that matters.
No,
No,
I
it's
don't
true,
know if
yeah.
Yeah.
I will say during the beta, meaning I had to make a choice for the beta, which is limited amount of time, but I was feeling some serious pain, and I almost was going to buy another mouse, and I was like, I needed to sit down and
Because of
You
the
know,
charge blade?
no, because of the mouse and keyboard stuff.
This is
With
me
the
charge
charge.
blade
More
mouse.
buttons?
It's got 5 more buttons on it.
You need
Yeah,
an MMO
because
mouse
like you
for
know
your
how
charge blade?
no, you know how you can use like potion and stuff in between, and you like pull up a menu.
Oh,
I'm
you're
like,
juggling, you're
I just
chugging
want, like,
while
a
you're
hot
like
button.
slicing,
That honestly, that's why I
chugging and
want the mouse.
charging. The
I
Fran
want- yeah.
experience.
Dude, lightning resistance, dude, let's go. Looking at the bottom, and you know how in like MMOs, like you have that huge, and it has some of that going. I'm like, that feels mouse and keyboard to me. You know what I mean? All
Interesting.
the little tonics and whatever, the food. You know, like
makes
I want to
sense.
eat
Well, okay.
a dragon wing. I'm
I will
hungry.
give him that part.
I'll throw this. I'll throw this to you on this side as well. It seems like it until you start to understand the controller controls that they give you for getting all those shortcuts, because it's complicated. It is like that. This is something that is a Monster Hunter experience. There's a lot
Yeah.
of things to remember and a lot of like shortcuts and all that. But when you do learn them on the controller, it becomes very intuitive, and it starts clicking, and you go, wow. Look at me whipping through all the stuff. I'm whetstoning, I'm chugging, I'm like applying some sort of power up, and now I'm slicing and dicing, I'm charging. It's great on a controller.
I will take this advice into consideration and mark the time at 52 minutes
We got 70
and
days,
30
baby.
seconds.
Teft lecture.
We got a
Teft
TEF lecture head return at 52 minutes and 30
It was
seconds.
so natural.
into. It
I was
only
like,
took
is
one
this
episode.
happening?
He's like, look, just let me lay this out for you.
I'm just listen. The TEF lecture cannot be forced. It has to come from natural means.
Yeah.
And Fran just brings it out. It's just naturally
Yeah.
gifted.
I mean, you got to use mouse and keyboard with a charge blade.
Classic
Sure.
DCP right there.
Fran, you've been playing the new Indiana Jones game. I want to hear about it.
Yeah, I've heard
Oh
it's
my
real
God.
good.
Has anyone else played Indiana
I have
Jones
not
and the
played it yet.
No,
downloaded it.
Path
That's
of
it.
Exile
Tremendously,
exists. Yeah.
Briar, do you remember how much we said the Great Circle and the other great things we just made up
Great
over the past like
Circle.
year?
No, it doesn't sound
Everything was
familiar.
"and the Great Circle." That's the name of it. You don't remember
The
this
Red
joke?
Ring of Death.
All right. He doesn't even remember the
Do you not
jokes or
remember?
bits
No,
we
you're
did.
joking, right, Brian?
Yeah.
I don't think he's joking once.
No, he's joking. Look at his face. He's
Okay.
joking.
We basically, any new game would be something in the Great Circle or the Circle of something. Anyway, honestly, so glad that it was out. What I will just quickly say about it is, one, it's on Game Pass if you decide to do that thing. It is just for, Xbox and PC right now, but it'll probably come to, or I guess it is in spring, maybe it's coming to PlayStation 5. Can you guys hear that horn in the background, or is that just me?
Yeah, I
It's
can't.
really bad.
You got a foghorn coming in.
Someone
Should I
getting-
wait to
someone
do
getting
this or
jacked?
just keep talking? So it's very distracting. He's opened your headphones and come back to haunt me, dude. But anyway, what I wanted to quickly say before that completely distracted me, it won't stop, is
the great
I don't
circle
think
of
I can
car
do this. Hold
horns.
on.
We need to move Fran to the countryside, I think.
Yeah.
He needs no distractions. He needs peace, quiet, And spreadsheets.
Okay, they stopped.
Downtown
I
San
just literally,
Francisco, constant car break-ins.
and it was like the fastest, loudest alarm. You know, it's faster than usual. Anyway, starting over.
Typer.
Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. What I wanted to say about it, honestly, really awesome game. It is a first-person adventure, really, telling a brand new indie story from the Wolfenstein folks over at Machine Games. Yeah. And so
That's awesome.
you'd think like, oh, it's shooting it. No, man, it's all punching and picking up like a spoon or a bottle and beating someone over the head. And it's also just going into a temple and puzzle solving. But if you check it out, the biggest thing that I think a lot of people encounter is it's got a really strong opening where they actually sort of relive like some classic Indiana Jones stuff, because you are Harrison Ford. Actually, Troy Baker's doing the voice, but it's really just puts you in his shoes. Then they put you in Rome, the Vatican, and long story short, then it felt kind of like old and OG in a lot of ways. I was like, I don't know how to do a stealth mission where I'm sneaking around the Vatican and you can do that, but actually I just pushed forward, and man, do I wish I did that sooner. I didn't wait too long, but meaning once you get into the next stuff, it takes you in another temple, and you're literally like
outside
putting
of the Vatican.
past the Vatican, yeah. And you could always come back and do so. So there's no sweat. But what I'm getting at is that they should have just paced it out. Man, it got its hooks in me. Once you start doing this, like you're putting gears in like Zelda, temple stuff in first person, but you're also like, they just dropped some really like cool thinking puzzles and almost in an OG way. Like they don't over explain stuff. So a few things that you're like, you're like, I can, I can do that.
That's cool.
And now I must be 25 plus hours into it. You can finish it sooner than that. But the vibe has been very cool. So I think it's going to make the short list for a lot of folks Game of the Years for 2024. The Game Awards.
Nice.
Yeah.
People are loving
people
this
really
game,
like
yeah.
it.
Awesome. I gotta play this. It's on Game Pass, so that's why I immediately downloaded
On Game
it.
Pass, yeah.
So I would, if you're not sure about it, I would just say make sure you get past the Vatican. Just beeline it. You can stay on the main quest and do a few more things. And man, it just delivers all these classic vibes. But then I just really started to vibe with the world. It especially even picks up the area after that the area I'm in. You even go through some almost like Uncharted-esque narrative stuff in between areas. But anyway, the area that I'm now in, I'm like, this is so cool. I'm in a vehicle. I'm not gonna it's not even a major spoiler, but you know how I am. But I'm just like vibing. I'm like, this is so cool. And I had planned to beat it in about 20 hours. I'm like, I kind of don't want to yet. I might go back and do stuff now. So
I love it
really
when
fun.
a game
That's when you know.
doesn't want to, or when I don't want a game to end like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I want to finish this. This is so good.
Yeah, so highly recommend The Great Circle.
Yeah, I've been hearing people are like who are actively anti-Indiana Jones, or even younger people who Indiana Jones does not hold any appeal for them, right? It's like it's such an old franchise at this point that there's a lot of millennials out there who just like don't give a shit about Indiana Jones.
Yeah,
but
and
people
and
are loving this game like outside of the franchise. But
it's funny, I would tell them like, oh, do you like Tomb Raider or Uncharted? Those games, like it's great. And maybe then explain why those games exist.
Also, Machine Games has been making great games now for many years.
They have, yeah.
Wolfensteins are great.
They are
the recent ones. Yeah. I was surprised to hear that. I didn't know that, and it makes me even more interested in playing that game now.
I mean, maybe more interesting. And so I'm not dumb, but man, what happened was I was like, yeah, I heard this was a 9, and then I was like, the Vatican stuff. I'm like, I don't know, it feels a little like dated and then I kept playing. I was like, ooh, this just got like a vibe, and now it's growing. I'm like, it's probably a 9 easy,
Nice.
out of 10. But I was gonna say, what's really interesting is this potentially the best Xbox Series, X and S console, exclusive game?
Yeah.
Is it not
probably by a long shot? What else would even compare?
They didn't put on PlayStation?
Not yet.
So I mean, for now,
got
exclusive launch, let's call it at this point, because that's where it's going. But I think I can't even think. What you got? Halo Infinite. They did have, I think, Outer Worlds. I never played, but I know that was
Starfield launched on it, but it also came out on PlayStation.
Terrible.
Yeah, I like Starfield, but this is definitely better than Starfield.
Did you really? Or are you just saying?
Yeah,
that now?
I know. I do like Starfield. It is very.
I played Starfield.
Do you like Starfield?
I enjoyed the time that I spent, but I didn't finish it. which is kind of kind of the game. You're like, all right, yeah.
Yeah, I'm done. Have fun.
It's fun. So getting in a rocket, building a rocket, and all that stuff.
I have to look, but I think it could be the best Xbox exclusive.
I've heard nothing but good things about it. Even people who aren't playing it and they're watching it, they're like, "This is like my favorite Indiana Jones story."
Yeah, the story is really good. The characters are good. I mean, they've got some very cliche, Raiders of the Lost Ark and other type characters in it. I'm like, this is great.
Great,
and all that. It's just it has
Stalker came out on the Game Pass.
Oh yeah.
Stalker 2.
What did?
Stalker 2.
Oh, the Stalker 2, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that launched on Game Pass, I believe.
Yeah.
That's how I
But
played it.
that's
I
not-
signed up for
it's
Game
been-
Pass just because of Stalker and Indie.
But that's on
Really?
PlayStation 5 as well, right?
Yeah.
I'm just looking up
PG.
Xbox exclusives and it came up in the list, so I don't know.
I don't remember now that you say that.
Yeah.
I still got to play Stalker 2.
Yeah, Stalker 2 is another one that I've marked that I need to that I'd like to experience.
That's an interesting game.
What's on your experience list, Teft? What's like your top of now that I'm back in gaming? I want to dabble.
Well, this is going to be an awkward conversation because I'm like prestige level 6 on Call of Duty right now.
Okay.
6. Ooh.
That's a lot of Call of Duty.
Gaming.
Black Ops 6 or whatever it is.
Yeah, well, it's one of these things where it was on Game Pass, and I was like, I'm probably not going to like this, but I'll download it and see what's up because it is Black Ops and it can be fun. And then I immediately liked playing the multiplayer. I'm like average at best, but man, it's got good. I've been saying this, that whatever Bungie had in 2014 with the secret gun sauce,
Yeah.
it's out of the kitchen post 2022. Everyone's got it.
Everyone's got it?
Yeah, everyone's got the secret gun sauce now. So Black Ops is great. I've really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the multiplayer. I really enjoyed the zombies as well. If you are at all like the zombies experience, I think it's probably one of the best zombies that they've made. Period. Because it's like roguelite.
Ooh.
Yeah, man. Like you can choose what weapon you want to bring in there, and there's a whole bunch of zombie camos that you can grind for if you're into that type of thing. And then in the actual matches, you can level up your weapons. So you can level up your brought-in weapon from common all the way up to legendary, and then do the triple pack-a-punch and all that crap. But then also all the perks that you get from the machines, you can do custom loadouts in. So you do researches and you unlock perks. Oh, you also have like a super type of thing, like you a field upgrade is what they're calling it. It's like a Destiny, you hit the buttons and you do something special. And it can be from like a ray beam to healing everyone. And you can unlock perks for those as well. So there's a whole bunch of research you could do. So it ends up being like this roguelite experience, which is a lot of fun. And the guns feel fantastic. And it launched with 2 maps. The first map is kind of like a beginner's guide. Like, hey, here's how the zombies feel. This is how the maps kind of work out to be. The second map is like huge and has like a Destiny boss. And then the third map that they just released for free with it, no expansion needed, is also massive with like basically a Destiny style boss if you do the Easter egg. It's actually amazing. Like I'm like, man, well done, Treyarch. Like this is awesome. I'm grinding zombie camos and I'm grinding multiplayer camos right now.
That's great because I haven't enjoyed Call of Duty in a long time. So to hear that you're like into it that much is that's good news.
I downloaded it, but I couldn't bring myself to boot it up.
We need Briar to join Tefty on his Black Ops stream.
Dude,
I wasn't sure if I was going to like it. And then I tried it because the Series X has been my go-to living room console. It's fantastic. I love it. Like all the stuff, Game Pass and all that. So pulled it up on there and started playing multiplayer. And I was like, I'm having fun. And then Memes was like, are you pew-pewing? And I was like, yeah. She's like, I want to pew-pew. So then we loaded up split screen and we're like, this is actually really fun. And I ended up buying it on the PS5 as well because we wanted to have separate consoles to get rid of that split screen thing because it's a little buggy. But so I ended up spending money on the freaking game. I didn't think I was actually.
Oh yeah, because you got a.
Yeah, they got me.
Wait though, Zombies is on Game Pass, right?
Correct. That's where the first hit was, and I was like, no. I like this.
Like, oh, this feels good.
But what did you buy?
And then I was like, we need another console, and we have another PS5.
Nice.
I was like, I guess I gotta spend $70 on this.
It's got crossplay, I assume.
Yeah, it's all crossplay. In fact, it's kind of annoying on the Xbox side because if you just limit cross, or if you turn off crossplay, you still get people on PC because it's Game Pass.
Interesting.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, so you'll have
Why would you limit
literally everyone.
crossplay?
Why would you limit crossplay?
Yeah.
Oh, on that, yeah. So,
Yeah.
but on PS5, you can tell it to just play, just queue up
Consoles.
against PS5
PS5.
people
Yeah.
or PlayStation players. So
Be pure.
a little annoying on that, but basically, like crossplay will eliminate anybody on Steam. But the problem is going to be PC players who don't care about wasting $20 to then install hacks, for immediate aimbots. So
Yeah.
they got those problems, and it is what it is. But if you
Yeah.
just play it casually, I actually think it's really fun, because I then had the stark contrast of loading up Iron Banner and was like, whoa, this is not fun.
No.
I was like, damn, there's a reason I didn't like this. And it stinks.
Tefty,
It's
are you
not
aware that Planet Coaster 2 has released?
I am, yeah.
Any plans in that direction?
Briar's like,
comment.
Tefty,
comment.
can I order a about 9 p.m. Planet Coaster stream? How much money would I need to give you? Can I book you?
10 p.m.
That might be too deep, too fast in the comeback, huh?
Maybe we'll keep Tefty's streaming hours to being small amounts, but you can donate money to book him like a birthday party.
Oh,
But yeah, birthday party, Planet Coaster 2 streams, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's funny. I heard so much about it, and I like those games too. It's just like, as you could tell me, I'm sure. It's just you get so in the weeds and like
Oh, yeah.
it.
It's building the coaster too, and like
Yeah.
designing it.
Yeah.
I almost
That's
feel
what
like
I
if
wanted to do.
play that type of game, I can't be playing anything else. I
Mhm.
don't know why. but-
Yeah, it can be a bit consuming.
Mm.
Did you like SimCity and all that?
Yeah, back in the day, but
Yeah.
I just haven't played any, modern stuff like that. But I do. Enjoy
Yeah,
it.
it was when I first saw SimCity, I was like a kid. It was on
Yeah.
I think it was like on a Mac, and I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
oh my
Isn't
god,
it amazing?
what
It's funny,
is this video game? I played all the Sims. I played Sim Earth, Sim
Yeah.
Ant, Sim I played The Sims.
Yeah, that reminded me of you'd appreciate like God. I don't even know what this game. I think it was called Stunt Racer or something. Not the
Okay.
Nintendo one. It's PC where you build these like really shoddy polygonal tracks with the worst physics ever. But I was obsessed with it, right? So you build like a loop-de-loop ramp, and like the physics were so bad, right, that most of the time your car would like just fall and explode. But
What is that called?
I have the box for it actually. You know what? It might be called Vet something. I think Vet is on the front. So they didn't get the
Vet?
Corvette licensing. I'm gonna look it up,
Oh,
but
I was like,
I have the
veterinary
box in my-
practice. What are you doing with
Yeah.
no,
vets on a-
Veterinary Run.
ET.
You got to go
Veterinary
through all
Run.
the traps and the loops and stuff to get to the
And then at the
patient.
pit stop, you have to like heal a cat or something.
Oh, maybe.
Very
Oh
strange.
no. Well, was it Vet? Bro, I'm looking at it now. Look up Vet. I have this box, by the way, if you Google Vet, VETTE. Anyway, putting all that aside, I love those types of games. Building
Yeah.
stuff, I know I'd love it.
Same.
Well,
I love
Fran,
it.
people
What-
want you to stream it, but you refuse.
Well,
How much money
sorry.
do they need to give you to stream it?
No,
It's
this
a
is what
perfect
reminded
mouse
me.
and keyboard game.
Everybody told me of the legend of the Teft streams, and they were
Dude, the
like,
Planet
"You should
Coaster
do it,"
streams
and it
were amazing.
came that close.
It's a really relaxing game to play, and for me, I get into the Zen flow state of like I'm seeing the coaster before it's built.
It's perfect for late night because I feel like the later you go when you're streaming, you'll notice that chat gets less active because everyone's
Yeah.
just kind of lurking and chilling.
Yeah.
So it's perfect for that. You're chilling, they're lurking and chilling, they're enjoying a
Yeah.
nice show.
Watching people fall off of the poorly designed roller coasters.
Yeah, what happens is the rating goes really down, and then no one rides it because they're like,
Yeah.
No, people have died here.
It's too
Mhm.
dangerous.
I gotta go on that death machine. 40 stories? What?
What other games are on the short list, by the way? Black Ops.
That I've played? Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
That you're thinking
You
of
mentioned
playing.
that you were looking
next-
forward to a few.
yeah, next
Yeah.
year. I mean, GTA 6 is obvious. That's an obvious one. What's coming out next year? Actually, Borderlands 4. That's the
Borderlands
one that I have.
4
To,
is next year.
Yeah. Regardless if it sucks, I'm gonna play it because it's one of those franchise games that I love.
I'm hoping they release it with Borderlands 2 to the movie because I really want to see what happens next.
I didn't even watch the movie. I'm
What?
a huge fan of the franchise, and I didn't watch the movie.
I need to watch it too.
I have
I just
not
can't
seen
bring
it.
myself to do it yet.
Peak art.
I'm waiting for it to be on one of the streaming services I subscribe to because,
Yeah.
that's how I feel
Yeah.
about it.
Switch 2 could be next year. I don't know if
Oh,
that's any
yeah,
interest to you,
Switch
but-
I'm looking forward to
2.
that.
I just want to play Tears of the Kingdom at 60 frames, and
so
that's my
that's one game that I didn't actually play yet. I bought, but I didn't play.
You might as well wait for Switch 2. I actually played like 30 hours, and I was like, it's great. I'm gonna spend like over 100 hours in it, but I'm like, I can wait till it works right. It has both slowdown and frame rate issues, which whatever, you get used to that. It's incredible what they pulled off on that old console, but
it's insane.
I can't wait to see it on Switch 2 because it'll just work right. Without the slowdown.
I wonder if they'll re-release like a upgraded version.
Oh,
for $40.
That's what I'm saying. Is like there's nothing announced 100%.
Actually, it'll be a cartridge that's like an upgrade. So
they gotta launch with like Tears of the Kingdom.
Will they call it HD? You think? Because it'll finally be HD.
I know, right? Yeah. I mean, there has been no newly launched Zelda that has launched at native 1080p. Can you believe that? This is a fact.
I can believe it. Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, a next gen, like a 3D. I don't know if any of the 2D stuff they had gotten rendered at that, but you get the point. It's crazy, right?
Yeah.
The year 2025 is, I think Tears would be probably we'll see, but it'll have DLSS and stuff like that going. But
isn't this a really long period between console releases for Nintendo?
Yeah. It's almost
like
going to be
absurdly long.
Is it 8 and
2017,
years
right?
Now?
Sure, 17 or 18. Yeah, it's like crazy how much time has passed, and they're just like, we keep making money. Why would we release another console?
They're not wrong. Like, why would we do that? We lose money on consoles. We're rolling in money.
They call it the Super Switch, though. Everybody's buying that thing.
The Super Switch.
That would be really hard to.
That's a good name.
Yeah, I would. It would be difficult for me not to pre-order right away, because as it is right now, I'm like, I can wait. We'll see what happens.
Yeah,
if they call it the Super Switch, I'll be like,
yeah. What if they call it the Super Switch? And we're like, we're gonna call it the Switch 2 eventually, but pre-order is called the Super Switch.
You make a good point. I mean, I don't think they'll call it a Switch 2. They don't do that. You're right.
Yeah, true.
I don't know. What about the Switch U?
The Switch DS.
The Wii 2. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Nintendo, the N128.
The Switchy.
Yeah, somebody in chat said that. The Switch U. Oh my god.
The Switchy.
Switchy. I like the Switchy.
There's another game that I have not played that I know is really good, but I'm thinking about just waiting until its third part gets released. Rebirth,
Rebirth.
Final Fantasy.
Now that is actually one where the Pro is incredible for it, because my god, performance mode is the worst looking performance mode I've ever seen in my life for a game.
Really?
But on the Pro, you get the performance mode with the graphic, the way it looks on graphic mode.
Yeah.
So
I should just wait for the next installment 2, 3, 4, 5 years later.
Yeah.
Didn't they just announce it for the PC?
Too, right?
No, I think they just announced it at the
on
Game
PC.
Awards. Yeah.
Yeah. It's coming to PC
probably
in January.
Yeah, it's normally Q1, so just play it there.
That's right.
Yeah. What did I start with?
Gaming? I see it in your.
Nah, my RTX 3070 took a dump, so I'm out of the PC gaming. Oh, and also my Steam Deck died, but I think it's because I plugged in my iPhone charger. Yeah, and I think it like had a conniption, and I was like, no, my.
You charge too fast. Too much power.
So it's another thing. I haven't sent it in yet because I'm like, man, I'm a little worried that my I had a big Minecraft world that I was playing in there.
Oh no!
And I never backed it up.
Extract the hard drive and put it in
Minecraft server.
Minecraft.
It was a giant world that I had I had all these like resources, connections to various worlds and places. I was like, this is my main world because on my Steam Deck, I'll have this forever. And then it died.
Dang.
So it's disappointing.
You got a lot of stuff dying over there.
Yeah.
Those two things.
Yeah,
I know. It sounds like I have a lot, but it's just those two. But
and the
you got like an EMP.
Yeah, PlayStation and that. But it's because I plugged in an iPhone charger, and I think it cooked it.
But what about your GPU?
Yeah.
And the PlayStation.
I am seeing a pattern.
It has been 2 years since we've seen Tefty though, so
yeah, everything didn't break like yesterday.
I do have a lot of tech in the house.
Yeah.
It still works.
It's all those synthesizers. They got it's almost like Tron, like it went back into the matrix of your electrical wiring, and there's like a whole world in there now, and they're like fighting back.
My modular gear decided to sabotage my other equipment.
World.
It's probably the alien drones.
Yeah, alien
It would be
drones. Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Where are they?
Yeah.
I thought they were in New Jersey. I thought they're well away from Tefty at this point.
They're aliens. Who knows how fast they
Are
can
they
go?
coming back? But
Yeah.
how fast are they? Are they like?
I don't know.
How fast?
I thought they were. I was safe. They were in New Jersey.
I don't know. I heard if you beam lasers at planes, it
Oh,
fixes them right
God.
up.
Jeez.
Well, that's
worst,
good.
worst timeline,
Hold up. Before
dude.
we talk about drones, Briar, I wanted to finish my thought on that on the PC side. The reason
yes.
though is because I honestly have mostly been playing the Xbox, and so I didn't really feel the need to like between the Steam Deck and the Xbox. Like
You were
I've been a happy camper.
That's how I feel
Yeah.
this generation. Honestly, is I've been playing so much PS5 that I have played very little PC gaming
Mhm.
and I have a 3090 that works fine. It's continues to work.
Yeah, I'm just like,
Yeah.
it's fine right now. I mean, it would be nice to have a new computer, but like, I don't need one technically.
Yeah, might as well wait if you're not playing it that
Also,
much.
Yeah, there's a
We
new generation of
know-
graphics cards coming out right around the corner.
We do. We know
5,000,
that
yeah.
because the Witcher 4 trailer
Ooh,
was
yeah.
running on an unannounced NVIDIA series card.
Oh,
Oh, I
really?
So
wonder
we're
what
like-
that could be.
That
So
trailer,
hopefully the price
that got
goes
me
down.
excited.
For some new GPUs.
Yeah, I'm very
Yeah, I
excited
mean-
about that game too. Whenever it comes out.
Yeah.
Years from now. Yeah, I think the take on the next gen of the NVIDIA cards would be they were supposed to maybe come out this year, right? But I think it's delayed, maybe Q1, Q2 next year. So probably not long till we see
We'll see.
what it's priced at. That's the real question. Is
That's
are
the
they
real
going to
question,
keep?
right? Because
Keep
just gotten so
$5,000.
Well,
and
plus
also
some tariffs,
Nvidia
maybe.
tariffs possibly, but also Nvidia is like, yeah, we're doing AI stuff, and sure, we'll do the graphics card stuff because it makes money. But like, let's be honest, they want to
Yeah.
sell a ton of AI chips,
Yeah.
and that's
Yeah.
like their main
Yeah.
focus.
Yeah,
They
good
just,
point.
yeah. It's good, but I hadn't heard anybody put it that. It's like they don't even need the graphics cards anymore because of
They
They
AI.
don't, right? The
It's
AI chips are
insane.
like the value exploded because of the AI chips.
Yeah.
So I'm sure the
Crazy.
designers are like, when are we going to get this 5,000 out? They're like, yeah, soon. We got the AI chips.
Like,
coming.
can we
We're a
just
little-
put the AI in the old GPUs and
Yeah.
make them 5,000 series?
We just
Yeah.
build a mountain-sized server rack for
Yeah.
AI. We're a little busy and under siliconed.
Exciting stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
excited
Huge
about a lot
Tefty
of stuff.
law. That's a huge
There you
Tefty
go.
law dump.
2 years, man.
To cap off your thought there, I think for the PS5 Pro,
Mhm.
wait for GTA 6 to come out, which is really the reason to get PS5 Pro.
Yeah.
Because it's
I
not
have
coming
a
to
point
PC.
to say.
Yeah, and then just play Final Fantasy then. That's all I was gonna say.
Well, I was saying like we don't actually know if GTA is even coming out next year for sure because they keep like dancing around it. But my thought was I'm gonna wait for Ghosts of Yote,
Mm.
and if that is like substantially better on the Pro, because that's gonna be an exclusive, I'll be like, okay.
You know it's gonna
I'm
be.
gonna wait
It's
until
gonna
I'm at
tempt
Best
you.
Buy.
Because it's a beautiful game.
and
If it's
I
like
see it in
60
stock,
and beautiful,
and I'm just like, yeah, I'm gonna just bring that home now.
he's gonna steal it. That's how
Do
Briar.
you
has so
have
much
a
stuff.
disk
He's
drive in
thief.
stock? Yes. Okay, I'll take it.
My thing is like the cost. I'm like, I might as well just build another PC.
Yeah.
I'm already that
It is
far
expensive.
along,
But it's
you have
probably
to
not going to
wait.
go
I could
down in
upgrade my
price. So you might as well
stream
buy it
PS5.
now and get as much value as you can before the PS6 comes out.
But
If you're
that's where
planning on buying it
Sony.
eventually.
I'll just buy the PS6.
But Sony still got you
Mm.
right. Like Final Fantasy, okay, they're resolving that. That was a year wait. Ghost of Yote, there will be no PC version for a while, right? And then
Yep.
Death Stranding 2, I presume, and GTA 6, you can go play on Xbox, but GTA 6 will actually the best version of it will be the PlayStation 5 Pro, unless Xbox does anything. See, they've kind of they got you grabbed by the ghoulies a bit.
See,
So
here's where I've got my enlightenment. See, I've
Oh,
transcended
okay.
these thoughts
Uh-oh.
and desires of I
You
have to
ascended
have the
beyond
best.
the Church of
He's no
Unlimited
longer
Frames,
religious?
Tefty?
I feel bad about that because I've definitely fallen hard from the stewardship of the unlimited frames, but I've come out on the other side and just blessed to have the experiences whenever I have them on whatever platform. So
Yeah.
if I play it on the Series X and it's a good experience but not the best experience, that's okay.
yeah.
Okay. I don't need to have the absolute best
evolved.
right now
All right,
until I
who
get
is
the
this
itch.
guy? What's going on? Who objected? He really did. He really
Was
unplugged.
the
I'm
PC
proud of you.
elitism in the beard?
Ooh,
Is that
maybe.
what it
I
was?
think yeah. I shaved it off,
Maybe?
and all of a sudden I was like, oh, I don't
Shaved
need.
off some frames on accident.
I can get 4090 fund that I was saving for. It's fine.
You know what? Actually, I just figured it out. You got hair in your graphics card. You got hair in your PlayStation. You're clogging up everything with the shaved
Yeah.
beard.
Uh-huh.
It's all over the house still, probably.
What happened?
That's
Yeah, just
disgusting.
Charlie is
Briar
actually
knows.
not cat fur. It's
Like-
just Tefty's beard.
yeah, beard for
Yeah.
Charlie beard for yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and Charlie's fat too. Officially, he's.
Where's Charlie?
His big old
Charlie,
kitty.
come here.
I think he's sleeping on a couch right now.
Yeah.
I'd get him
Maybe
if he
we-
walked in, but
Maybe if we don't loud enough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he walked through, I think, very beginning of your first
First
stream back.
stream,
I
that
yeah.
was
"Ooh,
not
that's
planned. That
That's
was
a
not
wide
planned.
load.
Yeah, he's a wide boy. He's 16 pounds right now.
Wowzer.
Doctor's like, cut back. I'm like,
Get with
okay.
Not in this town, partner. Not in this
Yeah.
town.
Maybe he's been doing too many Twitch streams and needs to take a break. Get things back on track for Charlie.
Get him off the gym.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Have you just been in the Destiny directory on streaming, or all these other games gonna make their way in?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like my time is limited on it. So for mental health and physical health, so I got to be choosy about it. Like,
Yeah.
honestly, the Indiana Jones sounds like a fun game to stream.
Yeah.
Mm.
not as
Yeah,
fun
it's
as Planet
also
Coaster
not
2
super
though, right?
long.
Please do, so I have someone to talk to about it. It can be short if you want it to be.
Okay,
Well,
Well,
yeah.
wait
the
on-
thing is, I don't even know. I'm probably gonna get done with. Well, I don't know. I have to see how Destiny goes.
You already have Game Pass. That's all I'm saying. You know.
Yeah, Game Pass is great.
Yeah, I mean, you might as well.
I'd have to move the Series X in here.
Zombies, Call of Duty.
Yeah.
on
Oh, have I
stream?
streamed that? I streamed once on when the Zombies map came out, and yeah, it was cool. But like, I don't know. Right now, I'm just focusing on like Destiny stuff, just because a lot to catch up on there and see. And then when Wilds comes out, I'll play Wilds and then kind of go from there.
And like you said, you don't have to play everything. You understand that now.
Well, and also
I don't wanna be a
I don't
bad
have to play.
Toasted.
I don't have to play it at the max possible settings either. You know,
That
like,
either.
Yeah.
just you get the experience. And in the past, I felt bad if I played a game off stream because I wanted to share it with people.
Mm.
And I don't feel bad anymore.
Yeah, that's good.
Good.
Honestly,
Oh, that
like,
is good. That is good.
So, like, even with Wilds, I will probably play some things on stream and some things off stream.
Honestly, Wilds, like Monster Hunter in general, I think is a perfect game for that anyway, because it's always fun to watch. It's like, oh, you fought like these two monsters off stream. Okay, well,
Yeah,
you'll probably go fight them again to get armor
That's true.
anyway.
yeah, right.
Yeah, it's
Do
kind of
you,
perfect for that.
Tef, do you like ARPG games like Diablo and now Path of Exile?
Yeah, I played a ton of Diablo.
Tefty
I
is
played-
tempted by the path.
Did you play
but
4?
So I played 4 when it first came out,
Oh, okay.
and then the end game was like, eh. And then I
Yeah.
played the expansion when it came out because I obviously have to play that expansion. And I
Solid.
basically capped out around Torment 3, 4.
Yeah.
I'm like Paragon 220. You know, like I hit the
Oh,
point where
wow.
I'm like, all right, cool.
It was good though, huh? Vessel of
It was
Hatred?
great. Yeah, I thought it
So-
was fantastic. I
Did
mean,
you
the
get
story.
raid?
The story's like, okay. But the raid, no,
it
I
was
didn't
those
really.
3. There's like that one area there. You go to 3
I think I did
legs.
the
of
first
this-
part,
Yeah,
but I
It's cool.
yeah, that was interesting. I don't know how I feel about games forcing co-op. Like Destiny is
You know, I
now
was
like
playing
all about
Destiny,
that.
but-
No, I know. Like with the whole microcosm thing, I was like, I wonder if I can solo this. Then I realized that it's impossible, and I'm like, Bungie's like they spent a bunch of money on their fire team finder
Yeah.
thing, and they're like, you're gonna use this
Yeah.
because we made
Yeah,
this.
then they nuked that team though.
But yeah, so
Some of
that
them, anyway.
I don't know. I played the first part on Diablo for that like raid thing, and then I didn't complete the other parts.
Yeah.
But I've just been like doing the leveling stuff and getting the gear.
There was tons
and-
of great quality of life improvements.
Oh,
Was-
huge!
thing,
Yeah, yeah, a lot of great stuff. I think it's a lot of fun personally,
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
and I get addicted to those type of games. So
Yeah. That's what I was
With
gonna
Path-
be like. How do you play? Yeah, it'll suck you in those.
oh, definitely. But it's been like my chill end of the day. I'm on the couch playing with a controller because actually the controller feels great,
Mm.
and just
Controller
grinding
feels
that way.
great in Path of Exile too.
Mhm.
It's really, really good.
Yeah,
Very impressed.
yeah. Are you guys in the end game yet?
Yes, we did some co-op mapping today,
did.
which is
Okay.
like
Some
after we did some mapping. I
Are
feel
you
like
are you max level now, or are you on the verge of getting
No.
on the way or something? Yeah.
I'm like 72. You're probably similar.
I'm pretty much the same. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is it max 100? Is
It
it
is,
level
yeah.
100? Yeah.
Is 100, and then
yeah.
is there like Paragon levels or something like that?
You kind of, I don't know. I think you just, who knows? We're working
me,
it out as we
honestly,
go.
me and Myelin playing Path of Exile was like, chat, what does this mean?
Ha-
What does this mean? How do I
Have
do
you-
this?
Have you hit a
What's-
max
what's
level
that?
yet?
No,
That you're
max is
aware of?
100.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
you'd have to hit that until if there is.
See,
anything
this is how these games go. In order to truly understand how the end game feels, you have to max out all the stat potential, and then you have to get stat potential in terms of leveling, and then you have to get stats in terms of gear dropping, where it's like you're no longer looking for the level of the gear, but you're looking at for the quality of the gear dropping and what potential thing it has on it, and that's
where
when you
we're at
know.
now.
Yeah, well, if you're still at 72
Yeah,
though,
the way Path of
See-
Exile works is you have like the campaign, and then the campaign directly leads you to the end game, and that's what maps are. So there's a bunch of different types of end game things, and they all have their own skill trees, and you're looking for better loot. And
would you
yeah.
call this maps dungeons type of thing? Like you open up this map to go through it and loot it?
I mean, it's all randomized already. It has
There's a
modifiers on
randomized
them. It's like
overworld map.
modifiers, and you modify it more. So you have these. Well, they used to be called maps, but they're called waystones now.
Waystones, yeah.
And they have random modifiers like 20% more, more monsters or more packs or like high rarity monsters, and you essentially just try to make it as hard as possible that you can cope with, so you can kill more stuff and drop more loot.
Have a higher
But
chance
there'll be
to
a
drop.
boss modifier, so sometimes there'll be a boss in there, and there's like essentially different game modes of like kill stuff fast, like
Okay.
stay in the zone, kill stuff, protect whatever, like unlock, blow stuff up to get other modifiers on there, and there's that's essentially how it works, and it's
Okay.
infinite. So it's like
nice,
everyone has
yeah.
their own map,
Yeah.
and it's randomized and infinite going on. And so as you like go to the next section, like you
And
pick
there's
the
also,
nodes
like,
that you
different-
go to.
Can kind of think of it as like different game modes. Like there will be one map that has like a boss fight for sure in it. There's another one that's like this different game mode, and you're kind of going down this path and picking which way you want to go.
Okay.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, interesting. I want to see the edge of what that like end game really looks like. Like once you've maxed out certain things, you know. 'Cause
Also,
that's
like
it,
a lot of it is this whole like economy between players and the currency. So it's all about like doing these maps as quick as possible, as difficult as possible to drop currency, because you can just trade with other players to get the best gear, to get the best stat rolls.
right.
And some of the stuff, like you could get a random drop. Like today we're playing with T, got a drop, and it's like the little thing. The currencies are worth different stuff. So like the most cheapest is like an Exalt, and the thing that dropped for him is worth like 50 Exalts, and like all my gear is only worth like 1 Exalt. So it's like he just got a random drop, like big dopamine
Big
hit.
ballin'.
I'm rich. I've just got a Bitcoin. Like I've just found my Bitcoin wallet, and I can just go out and buy.
Now, is that something that you sell to another player for the 50 Exel or whatever?
Yeah,
Okay.
there's a trading
can,
currency.
yeah.
So you literally
Yeah.
put it on the market. Like I've got one
So-
of these things.
The cool
and
thing
I'll,
as well is like each of those different like modes of the end game do have different types of items you can get.
yeah.
So you're kind of like grinding those as well to get like the specific thing that you want. And there's so
Okay.
many different modes. Oh lord.
Yeah.
Oh, so many.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm definitely interested in Poe when it like goes officially full free to play. I
Yeah.
didn't get it
Yeah.
right now because I'm like, I don't have
early
the time
access.
sync.
Yeah, I
at the
don't know if
moment.
you want
Yeah.
to jump into this. It's like I'm dipping my feet back and streaming. I'm trying to like.
Yeah.
I mean, there's
find
no
my
way I can
balance.
stream all that.
No.
Yeah.
As new
Yeah.
players, how many hours it take us to get
That-
through like what's I pretty much took the same amount of time to get
I
through.
think it was probably
Acts
like
1 to 3 and
75 for me, maybe.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was
Something
like
like that.
65, 70 hours just to get through it. But I mean, obviously, a lot of people did it way quicker, but so we're
Yeah.
kind of like learning the game as we're going.
Mhm.
Whereas like the PoE vets were kind of slamming it a lot quicker and getting to end game quicker. But like the first act 1 to 3 is kind of like Dark Souls. Like the bosses you have to learn their mechanics mixed in with getting better gear. And like I was wiping on one boss, I changed one bit of like a skill, and I changed one support item on the skill, and then what came back, one tapped him. And I was like, oh, that kind of worked.
That's the
Yeah,
crazy
cool.
thing, yeah. Is like you have like obviously the skill forest that everyone knows, and then you
Yeah.
have your skills that actually do stuff, and then you have things that you can add to that skill to vastly change what it does. And the possibilities are like unlimited with how you
Nice.
adjust your skills. Yeah. You can completely.
That's definitely
change
cool.
them.
Yeah, I'll
It's
probably
cool,
check it out
yeah.
at some point. I have another question though, unrelated to that.
Yeah.
Elden Ring, sorry.
Elden Ring.
I thought you were just shortening it. It kind of works.
Yeah, it does, right?
Oh, do you want to? Are you talking co-op or non-co-op?
Oh, the new Nightreign
Co-op,
thing, or
the
you
announcement
mean?
stuff?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I want us to play together.
Yeah. When is it coming
each
out?
run is like 40 minutes or something.
Oh, really?
So it's actually perfect for your stream time, Tefty. You can
That's
get
cool,
a couple
yeah.
runs in and bada bing, bada boom.
No, that sounds
Is it
awesome.
this spring?
Yeah.
2025.
spring? Yeah.
I think. Is it?
It's only known as 2025. They are
Oh, they didn't
opening
say it.
up requests to join
Yeah.
the beta
February, I
in
think, is-
January. January 10th is when you can request to join, and then
Right.
February is when the open beta is.
Okay.
Well, not
That's why I think that's why I said spring, but we don't know. I guess
Yeah, I'm like
I would guess
cautiously
around
optimistic
May.
about it.
maybe it's
I
summer.
am. I went into it being like, okay, not really what I look for in like these kind of experiences. But the more I learned about it, it's like it's an Elden Ring roguelike, co-op roguelike, where you get to create your own builds on the fly with Elden Ring sandbox. And I was
That
like,
Yeah, that's
sounds
wild.
Cool. When you put it like that, that sounds better.
that's what I'm saying. I'm like, you get to think of all the weapons and abilities and spells and like everything that's a part of Elden Ring. And you get to create an on-the-fly build with that every run.
Yeah.
And
That
you're
would be really
like,
cool. Yeah.
There's like permanent unlocks that you get for doing successful runs, and you can progress the characters. Each of the characters, there's 8 playable characters. Each of the characters have their own story that you can progress as well. So,
Oh, really?
and then this is the thing that really sold me. They said, so the way that the cycle goes is just like 3 days. And in the daytime, there's a big circle, and you can go and explore and get loot and
A
kill
great circle?
monsters and level up. And then it will slowly close. And then it gets to nighttime, and that's when you have to fight this big boss. And then you do it again. The
Wow.
circle goes bigger, you loot, you go and kill the
Looting
boss at
during
the
the
end.
day, boss killing
How-
at night.
Yeah. However, a boss like Margit can invade you during the day and will chase
Awesome.
you the whole time if you don't
Yes.
kill him.
That sounds
Nice.
awesome.
I was just envisioning, which I think would be really funny, is like we're all playing together, we're splitting off to get as much loot and stuff as we can, and I'm like, guys, Margit is here. He's
Can you
chasing
guys
me.
meet me at the tree in the middle of the map?
Yeah.
No reason.
Don't worry about it. It's no, it's fine. And then you fight a
Foul
big
tarnished.
boss on the third day, and if you are successful with that, then you complete it. And we've seen Dark Souls 1
Huh.
bosses, Dark Souls 2 bosses, Dark Souls 3 bosses,
Yeah.
Elden Ring bosses, and an unreleased Bloodborne boss.
Mm.
What?
Mhm.
Was
From
it like
Software
the
is insane.
the Unnamed King is in there? Or whatever. What's his name?
He is.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exciting.
I think it's
Yeah.
gonna be really
That does
fun.
sound
It's gonna be
good.
$40, and yeah, I think it'll be a really good time. It just sounds like a good, fun experience in their sandbox.
It does. It's like it feels like a casual, not in a bad way. It feels like something
Yeah.
you can jump into and play,
Yeah.
have a session, and still have a good time. And probably come back a couple of times, but not feel like this is enormous 100-hour game that you need to like log in every day to try finish.
Yeah, I
Right.
wonder how that'll go though, since Elden Ring and Dark Souls before it is so famously like get good or go home, and like a lot. This is- it's sold tons, but there's plenty of people who are like, I'm not even gonna try it. I'm like, come on, just try it. They're like, yeah. So I wonder if this would be more accessible in any way,
I think it's more accessible to people in the way that they're like, I can play with my friends, and all the pressure isn't on me. But they've been very
Carrying
specific
it.
about like they are not making this easier. They're like, no, we trust our players. We trust that players will figure it out and be able to
Okay.
do it.
Yeah. That's interesting. I
From
loved
Software
Elden
doesn't miss-
Ring.
Oh,
Did you guys play the expansion, right?
Yeah, Fran
Yep.
hasn't. He refuses.
No, that's
Yeah.
not
Can
true.
you believe it?
He doesn't like games that he likes.
That's
Indiana
what we
Jones
figured
is
out.
awesome.
What's
and
the reason
so is
for not doing the
Astrobot.
expansion?
Because it's going to be a huge game. Similarly to how you're making some choices here, right? You can relate, right,
Yes.
Teft? You
Yes.
back me up. So I was like,
However,
He was gonna
I'm
play it
not
in
gonna-
During my
September,
off
Tefty.
time, I did read a brand new character and go through the expansion.
I spent
Even in his off time.
You know the story.
Wasn't doing it as a full-time job, Fran.
Spent over 450 hours in the first one. I want to enjoy it with no distractions. So, Teft, carry on. You've played it already. Just don't spoil it.
When do you get not distracted, Fran? How do we make that happen?
What'd you say? I was
How
reading
does
chat.
Fran be not distracted?
She's I get so shamed for playing Diablo 4, Astrobot, you know, the Starfield, Shattered
nobody's
Space.
shaming
Fran,
you for
it's
playing.
not shaming you at all. The thing is that you didn't play it when it came out in, when was it, June? And then you're like, oh, I'm
June,
gonna
it just
do a
came
bunch
out.
of traveling, and then I'll get to
I
it in like
did.
September. And then September came,
Probably.
and you're like, well, I don't know.
Maybe Halloween, probably.
Well,
Probably.
I will say I didn't like it as much as the base game. So it's
Oh,
still good.
Here we go. Thank you, Teft. Thank you, Teft.
It's still good. But I was actually a little like, it kind of feels like a split off from the main game that doesn't, like other expansions from FromSoft have this way of integrating that just makes it feel like, oh, this is kind of, it feels like it was a part of the original game. Like Bloodborne, the expansion, the Old Hunters or whatever, brilliant expansion. Whereas this one, it's like just splinters off from like the way the game feels and makes it a little bit more like you have to go these directions to do any kind of progression. Also, like I went in with a magic build, which was obviously a terrible idea because I re-rolled. Yeah, because I hadn't done that before, so I made like a wizard build, which was also difficult to kill Moog at like level 80, but I did it with a wizard build.
Nice.
And then touched the skull, and I was like, everything wants to murder me as hard as possible because I'm a wizard.
That's how we, yeah. All
And
of
I'm
us were
supposed to be like 120 and not 80.
Well, so even then, people were going in max level, max everything, like, this is going to be so easy. And Miyazaki was like, no, you're all literally the same level in here. It does not matter.
Yeah, and I feel like that's a split off from their design philosophy with the game. I feel like it was like, let's make a second game that's attached inside the game that you have to go touch the skull to activate.
I hope it is. Yeah, it's funny that I actually didn't, you know, I kind of already knew the basics, but like I actually want to boot it up. I'm in New Game Plus, and like I've never done a DLC for one of their games, and I'm actually, that's one of the main reasons I want to play it is what's that like? I'm like, oh, the game's out. So I go in and what happens? And I'm in New Game Plus. Like, I'm not starting a new character. Are you kidding me? So like what happens? And we'll see. But that, I love to like poke the bear, so to speak. But yeah, I hope that it doesn't burn me in anywhere. I'll be upset.
It's going to be really hard initially. Like everyone had the experience of like, Briar didn't. Briar was chilling. Everyone else in the world was like, this is hard.
I did exactly what you're doing, Fran. I went in New Game Plus.
Oh, okay.
And I felt like I was just waltzing through that game and frankly got bored with it.
Oh, my strength faith build.
You must have had like the perfect build to handle the stuff, because going in with a magic build and then even like leveling up and getting better with it.
Yeah, I didn't start.
There's the one particular boss where you probably know what I'm talking about, the camera angle battles. With the magic build on that, it was like, there's no way.
That one
I'm cooked. I'm done. So I completely respect.
So validating.
And went and I was like, what's the cheesiest goddamn weapon I can use to kill this boss right away? Respect completely for that. Got the blood bludgeon stick and then murdered that guy in a couple tries. And I was like, oh, now I feel dirty.
Well, I just want to say real quick, if you do end up playing it sometime, Fran, I don't know if you will do this, but the Shadow of the Erdtree lore is incredible. There was actually a part of the game where I almost cried getting there.
Wow.
It was like, and that's part of the reason why I really loved it. I also just think their art direction was a little bit better in Shadow of the Erdtree.
Really?
Like, there's something going on with the lighting and like the way they're doing something that's really striking.
Maybe some improved
it's funny,
rendering or
Watts.
something.
I agree with that. I think the world looked better, but I somehow didn't find it as compelling to explore.
I understand that. I think it was. I think it felt harder to like. It didn't feel like the game was naturally leading me into.
That's what I'm saying. In the base game, I'm like, this makes sense. I can go and be like this person frolicking through places and getting smacked. Oh, there's a dragon. Let's kill this dragon, you know? And then in that, it's like, you have to go this way. If you want to get anywhere else, you have to make sure you take care of this. And you have to go here to take care of that. Otherwise, you're blocked off, you know? And then there's a few things like the finger ruins that are like direct copies of each other. I was like,
the finger ruins.
I was excited to get to that area. And then I got there and I was like, what is this place? I mean, I know it's a
Mushroom
quest, and I was
Palace.
doing the quest, all
Yeah.
that, but like, it's the same enemies, and I'm like,
I do get that.
feels a little rushed right there.
I did
but-
like the game though. Like overall, I thought
Yeah.
it was good. Just
It's my favorite game of the year.
it's hard. It's
Yeah, I
hard.
can't wait
Favorite
to play.
experience.
Like the first one was such a magical experience. It's hard to like follow that up. I think.
Yeah, that might be part of it. And it
I had
honestly,
all the
it's
same
great
I want to know
revolving
Myelin.
characters.
Mylin's like, yeah, me too.
Except
He
by
rage
rage
quit because
quitting.
it was
Listen,
too hard.
Listen, I was trying to say the same stuff when the game came out. And everyone was just like, "You're bad at the game. Get good. Dog shit. La la la." I'm so glad you're
No,
here
that's
to
still true.
reinforce
Though. That's still true.
because I did say I felt like I didn't have the knowledge to solve the game. Like I didn't have like the. It was made for players who had a lot of, it was, which is good. It was made for those hardcore fans. And I was like, as someone who I think I only did 100 hours in Elden Ring, it was like, I didn't feel like I had the knowledge to get the right build, to make the build, to defeat boss. And I felt like some of them,
There was a few bosses that were
were not
hard
suited
check.
to how I was playing.
Yeah, they
and,
were
check,
super
yeah.
hard check, and I was like, "What
Yeah.
in the goddamn?"
I can't wait.
I was
Memes
here
was like-
flinging my flasks around. Woo!
But Memes was like, "You need to shut this game off."
You got anger management issues.
But
You guys
I
want
will
to do some
never.
Twitter questions? We're getting
Really
pretty late
quick,
here.
I will never.
Yes.
Yeah, I will never forget when we were trying to help Myelin with like his build and stuff. He pulls up, the flasks where you mix them with like, concoctions of stuff. I'm like,
Yeah,
all right,
yeah.
let's figure out what to do. He pulled it up. You're supposed to have a whole page of options. Mine's got a row, and I'm like, well.
Well, that
So
was
skill
the
issue.
thing. I was like,
We're still on skill
even if I
issue.
watched the build
Skill
guide,
issue,
it's
yeah.
like, hey, you need this amulet from the doozy Watson's down in the bog. I'm like, okay, well, don't
Myelin
have
doesn't
that.
explore, and he kills all the NPCs. So he
That
was
is-
truly.
that's one of his
Oh,
stronger points.
actually, I
think.
heard about that. I was like, I was offended.
Yeah, he
physically
killed
offended.
Alexander.
It's like, what
Oh,
are you
really?
doing?
Dead.
I gave Alexander a spanking.
I didn't
Yeah.
trust
But,
him. I didn't trust him.
No,
I
You know
killed
what's
him at the right
inside him, right?
time.
Just
Yeah.
guts.
Yeah.
I mean,
Heart.
I got an amulet
Belly
from
bits.
him.
Yeah, Myelin
Yeah,
made the right
a
choice.
jelly
I wonder if I
get
killed him.
more plus that if you do this quest.
Humpty
Hey, if you go
Dumpty.
his whole quest line, it's actually pretty. It's a great quest.
That's a good question. It's very
Wouldn't
Yeah.
know.
I know I finished it, but
Yeah, you killed him. That's why.
You did complete the quest right at
Quest
the
done.
beginning.
That would have been a good tough lecture that day. Ooh, it would.
All right, we're gonna do some Twitter questions. Get back into it a
Twitter
little bit.
questions.
Cobalt says, "Hey DCP, welcome back, Teft. Question
Woo.
for
Yeah.
everyone: What Christmas song do you love? What Christmas song do you hate?" Christmas songs.
I
Do
love
you guys
that.
listen to Christmas music?
Grandma got run over by a reindeer because, like, who the hell wrote that? That's weird.
yeah, it's
That
messed
is-
up.
That is demented.
I like it and hate it at the same time.
Yeah,
I like rocking around the Christmas tree. That's always a nice one.
yeah.
That one gets me in the mood.
Yeah.
Rocking around. I
I
don't know
like
if I
when
hate any.
celebrities do duets with other celebrities. Like, I like that. That's fun. Like, what's that? Bing Crosby and what's his name? David.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, David Bowie.
David Bowie. Yeah.
We
I
do
like
the
that
little
one.
drummer boy
Always in
and
space, man.
Yeah.
I like a lot of Christmas jazz, but I don't really know the names of all of them.
Yeah,
Just
that's
some
what I
nice
say. Like
Christmas
Billie
jazz in the
Holiday,
background.
right? And like that's what
Yeah.
I was thinking about.
There's a
the
classical
best.
Christmas playlist that we listen to a lot around this time of year because it's no words, just the piano and the.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Just Hallelujah and Mendel and all that.
Hallelujah.
I don't hate any Christmas music. I used to though when I worked retail when I was a kid.
Oh man,
Because you just are surrounded by it
Shh.
from like back then it was like from like October on. Now I think it's from August on.
Oh Lord.
I hated it then.
Yeah, apparently in the Philippines it starts in September.
Oh
Guess
my
they
God.
Yeah,
they
they
don't
go
have
hard.
Thanksgiving, so they're just like
They
Sure.
go straight
time
into it.
for.
It's like celebrating. End of the year is in 3-4 months. Let's get this now.
That's crazy.
Doughboy says you crash in a remote frozen forest. Your only options for food are Mama Bird 3D Doritos or barbecue Briar.
Briar.
What do you
Obviously,
think?
Briar.
Yep.
Obviously,
Doughboy, why
Briar.
did you set me up like
Barbecue
I
Briar.
would choose to eat
Yep.
my own flesh over 3D Doritos?
True.
Oh yeah.
Baby
Pretty
burger
Doritos.
Doritos.
Ugh.
That is disgusting.
I've seen
Pre-seasoned with
Patrick do
Holtzman.
it on his stream. Yeah, we've all seen it.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
definitely was physically ill watching that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did
That's
not.
one of the worst things I've ever seen.
That was bacon baby level
I saw
disgusting.
2 Girls, 1 Cup, and
As I recall, wow.
this was worse.
As I recall, I'd heard about it, but then he did do one reprisal, right? Which I saw. I'm pretty sure, unless I imagined this.
I think we're
That
like,
was-
for every time someone hasn't seen it, we're like, let's
Yeah.
go take you over to Patrick so he can
Yeah.
show
Right.
you what it's like.
But it was worse
Scar
than
you.
I had imagined.
It is a
Like,
lot worse. Yeah.
Saying
it's
Bloody
worse.
Mary 3 times in the mirror and then getting your comeuppance.
Yeah.
Kid, don't stop speaking it into existence. It's terrible.
Yeah.
It
Like,
is
I feel like if you just put that, if you search for the word revolting, but that just comes up, that describes itself. That's the
Yeah,
word
perfect.
for it. It's revolting.
Yep, it is perfect.
Horrible.
So yes, we'll eat Briar. Thank you. And it's barbecue. Even better.
Delicious Briar, by the way.
Yeah.
Hey Blaze says, was Tefty secretly working on the DCP theme song for the GCX charity block?
Nice. Forgot about that one. Wow.
Hey Blaze. Still waiting on that.
Of all the theories that I checked out some comments early on when I decided to take a leave. And of one of the theories that someone had mentioned was something about like a deep dive into me being like a legitimate cop and had a really bad undercover experience, and I had to take some time off because things just went horribly bad.
It got too hot.
You had to go reset the identity.
Yeah, I had to go into
Yeah.
like therapy, and like I had to lay completely low, and it was just this horrible thing that happened. I mean, they seemed really genuine about it, and that was hilarious. Absolutely hilarious to read that. So
Doughboy says, would you play D1 Remastered if it dropped tomorrow? Hell no.
But
I'm
If it
playing
dropped
D2 right now.
tomorrow, maybe.
we always
Maybe
have
I'll
this
jump in if it
conversation.
dropped tomorrow.
Like, we have pieces of it, you know, and it's like, you can't go back. But I think there's room for a product there that like you could do something cool with it, but it would have to be something special. and
They'd have to
remarkable.
rebuild so much because
They do it like WoW Classic, where they follow the upgrade path throughout time. So like you start off with vanilla Destiny and like a
Wow.
working loot cave, and then it gets patched 2 weeks
Yeah.
later, and then
Did they
and
do
then
that
you
with
play
WoW
that
Classic?
first. What was it called? The Queen's Gambit or the Queen's
Queen's
and you
Gambit,
get
yeah.
the supremacy before anybody
Yep.
else.
Yeah. People who had that drop were like legends.
Yeah.
They were.
Yeah.
If it was a mini pack of just the campaign and actually you could play the old PvP meta just a little bit, I think that could be fun for like a little bit.
Kyle FedEx says, so would y'all stay silent for 67 million?
How long?
Do you know what this is about?
I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
think I know what it's about.
The context here is that Lana, who was our old community manager, just came out and said that the TLDR is that she was offered 67 million to stay quiet on something, and she turned it down. That's the context.
What?
But I think that's all we know, right? Which, yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy.
She turned it down. So
I'm
what-
telling you, I'm becoming one of those silent monks. I'm sorry.
Right?
is-
Fully silent. Actually,
I mean, I
silent
guess
since
it's-
he's on the-
We don't know what it is. If
Yeah,
it's
we
like
don't
there's
know the
literally
context.
if
Like,
there's
it's
like
not
a
even-
CEO, we don't even know if it's about Bungie, right? If it's just like there's this guy who's like kidnapping children and bloodletting them to the demons in his
The
Then
then I'd
bloodletting.
be like, well,
Don't care. Fuck them kids. I'm getting rich up in here.
7 million. Buy some new kids. You're good.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find her exact.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
Quote.
think we know the context.
here we go.
It could be.
We don't know the
something
context, but
awful
I'll just
too,
give you
so
the
I'm like-
exact quote because I don't want to like summarize it. I
Yeah.
turned down a $67 million payout this year to buy my silence. You can call me whatever you want, but you can't say I don't walk my talk. As someone whose biggest fear is going back to being homeless, that decision wrecked me. But you either put up or shut up.
Mm.
Only mildly.
Literally.
Shit myself.
What? Can someone give me the TLDR on like she left and
Well, she was
She was
that
part
guy
of
with
the-
with a big
Of the layoffs. Yeah, she was part of the layoffs at Bungie. We don't even know if this is about Bungie,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
she
why I'm,
was
like,
part of the
yeah.
layoffs. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to remain silent about my opinion.
Yeah.
On this.
To me, it's like without
Yeah.
full context, there's just no comment. But that's
Yeah.
wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild.
Would you all stay silent for the rest of your life? You could not talk. Even your farts had to be quiet. for $67
Oh, I'm
million.
You gotta-
screwed.
Hold in your fart.
I'm done for. Yeah.
As long as they're silent but deadly, you get to keep the money.
You can't
I can't make
control
them
that.
silent, Briar. They,
can't-
I will be tooting.
I'll
Yeah,
I'll
you're
get
all
my
over
place
it.
now.
You can't control your
Get a
butt
silencer.
sounds.
A butt silencer.
Yeah.
Well, if I had enough money to create a butt silencer, you know,
Yeah.
what we could do.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could buy stuff where, like, where is it that sound doesn't travel, like in a vacuum, right? So is that
In
what it is?
space.
Live in a
Every time you're
vacuum.
gonna fight, you're gonna space.
Yeah.
I mean, your fart is just your ass cheeks like clapping, right? So if you just like stuck a tube up your
I
ass,
don't know if it's
wouldn't the
just your
gas
ass
just
cheeks
kind of like
clapping.
escape through the tube and never make
I
any
don't
noise?
think it's just your cheeks though.
Yeah, it's the
I
whole.
don't think it is. I don't
It's the
think it is.
chamber.
I don't think it's just the cheeks.
It's the tube.
Yeah, you got.
There's a
you got
little
whole
ball that
mechanism
rattles
in there.
around in there, like a spray paint can.
Haven't you
Yeah,
ever
yeah,
moved
rattle
around?
can.
You guys don't have that?
Haven't you ever moved around and noticed you can get different timbres with your
Yeah,
position?
totally.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's an instrument down there.
You know, it's like when they put the plunger on the trumpet. Like
Yeah.
you can do that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You freestyle.
Yeah. By the way, Fran, I think your theory about being in a vacuum could cause some other problems with your system having the vacuum of space or suddenly
Well,
releasing the air, you know?
true. I mean, I hadn't even thought about not being able to breathe in this scenario, but like
Or
that's
have your-
kind of a plus.
Your insides become your outsides.
Yeah, you just if there's no pressure outside and you're inside, like,
Right, because you're in the suit.
there's some issues that could happen. You know,
Just step
saying.
into the vacuum, see what
Yeah.
happens. Put some barbecue Briar in there. I'll just run right in.
Catching strays over here.
Delicious.
Real Good Murph says, question for Teft. What made you decide to start streaming again and playing Destiny? It has been great to watch the streams. It has been a lot of fun. Thank you.
Thanks, Murph. I kind of said most of it earlier, but it's like I missed the community, and I was thinking about Monster Hunter Wilds, and I was like, I haven't played Destiny in a couple of years, and I'm gonna give myself a defined box of how much time that I can spend on stream. That'll make it healthy for myself. So I maintain mental and physical health. So yeah.
Namaste.
It has been great. It honestly, it feels like the world is healing a little bit, Tefty. I had lost hope in the world, and now I have a little bit of hope.
It's been amazing seeing everyone in stream. It's like the community has grown up, which is wild.
Yeah.
You know, it's like it's a lot of the same people, and it's just incredible to see people, and they're like they're in their 30s now, or they're having kids. You know, like it's wild. So I mean, I'm gonna be 42 in a week or two.
Let's go.
Like that.
You
Yeah.
don't acknowledge it.
Christmas,
It's not happening.
baby.
That's true.
Fran's excited.
Christmas,
excited for
baby.
But also,
Well, it's a
I
Christmas
actually
birthday.
like the fact. I mean, I like the fact that I can be like 42 with an awesome stream setup and like my hobbies and share it with people. You know, I think it's a cool thing to be like, hey, this is awesome. You know?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, like it's an interesting way to put. I do think about that sometime in the same way. Meaning, like, imagine that they had streaming back in like whatever the 80s or 90s with your parents, and it's like it's just like your dad building like a carburetor in the garage, but like to be in your 40s and that's your hobby and downtime, but people are there sharing it with you.
Right.
Like they had no version of that.
No.
It
And they
doesn't
still
exist.
don't understand it. Like they still don't get it.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah,
if you
also-
missed Tefty's first stream, go back and watch it. If the VOD, because it was like
fun.
really awesome. Be good if you
Yeah.
could highlight it, actually, just like the first stream, maybe,
There
because
was
it was
a
like
lot of it
Tefty was
wild.
there, and then Meme showed up, and then Charlie was there.
Chunking.
Yeah.
It was truly like a family
Charlie being a
reunion. It was
chunk.
amazing.
Yeah. Kimpachi said never lost a sub streak, which is wild because like
Yeah.
there's like 25 people that basically never unsubbed, which is
Wow.
insane.
Shout out
Absolute
to
mad lads. So
Man, I was seeing your
Thank you, guys.
emotes all the time, Tefty. Like
Yeah.
the whole time I was seeing
Yeah.
your emotes everywhere.
That's true.
thank you guys.
Basil says, what's your favorite quality of life item? And he thanks Myelin for his Ridge Wallet advertisement.
Is that what
Not
it
a-
is, Val?
Quality of life. Oh, you know
Ooh.
what? Actually, I have a really good one that I never knew I needed, but now it's the best. So they're like little hand towels that go around your wrist.
You wash your
Little-
face.
Yeah,
Ooh.
because you know when
I've
you
heard
wash
of
your
these,
face, there's like water going down your wrist and all sorts of crap.
You
But
mean
that
sweatbands?
stuff, kinda, but it's like a
Face
towel.
scrunchies.
It's like a fluffy towel.
Yeah.
Made of towel material. So that when
Scrunchies.
you wash your
Scrunchies.
face, it doesn't run down your wrist. It's amazing. I don't
No,
make
that
a
is
mess
smart.
anymore.
That is smart.
I
Yeah.
don't make a mess anymore. Truly the greatest thing ever.
Oh, I just got a thing. It's called a Pika pencil, and
Pika-
it's a pencil.
I don't want to know what it does, Brian.
It's a retractable lead pencil. It's a
Okay.
you know.
Oh, okay.
But what's cool about it is it has extra thick lead, so it doesn't break, and it has like a sheath. So you put the sheath like clipped into your pocket, so you just pull the pencil out of the sheath
Like
in
a
your pocket,
pencil sword.
and you can write with it, and then put it back in. So it's great. Like it's great if you want to take notes. It's great if you're doing like you need to scribe a line on a piece of wood. It's great like if you need a pencil a lot. It's amazing because it's always sharp and it's always right in your pocket. It even has its own sharpener right in the sheath. It's amazing. Pika pencil. It's amazing.
Look at that.
That's great.
Oh, I got one recently. So all the flies are coming out because it's getting hot here in Australia. And
Oh.
rather than using a fly swatter, I got a salt gun.
Yes.
Have you seen that?
Oh shit! Does it work? I've seen this. I was just
Briar's
at
so
Cabela's,
excited.
and I'm like, oh, I really want one of those.
A salt gun?
Yeah.
It's so good. Do you want me to go get it? You have to.
Yeah,
find
You
those
it
off.
shotgun
Yes.
blast. I'll tell
Yeah,
my pick while you
okay.
get
Can you
it.
shoot
Okay, hold on.
us? Okay.
Yeah. Well, the first thing is there's lots of labels like "Do not shoot people in the face. You'll blind them."
Yeah,
Like,
you'll
literally.
blind them with.
So the first thing I did is I shot Daddy in the leg, and then she's
Nice.
like, "That really hurts." Then she shot me in the leg.
How big are your flies?
Awesome.
The frick?
No,
Oh,
they sell
okay.
these in the States.
Okay.
He's got a freaking chaperone for
I hope
flies.
Or Big Bass Pro Shop. Bass Pro Shops. I got them there.
All right, we'll see if he. I wonder how long he's gonna
Can
be.
you
Should I
explain
tell my pick?
while he's gone?
Yeah,
Can you
go ahead.
explain
Yeah,
what it is? Explain what it is. Because I have no idea. Not really.
Briar,
A salt gun?
you know what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't.
It's exactly what it sounds like. You shoot salt like pellets out of it, and you kill bugs with it.
But wait, like a fine powdery mist, like a.
No, like rock salt.
You know what I mean? It's rock salt. But you're hitting flies?
Like
I don't
table
understand this
Yeah.
equation right now.
No, not table salt.
Put
like,
salt in a gun and you shoot it.
yeah.
It's like a ton of, like a wall of salt
No,
just comes flying out.
I don't own one of these things, so like my
Yeah,
knowledge
like
is pretty
birdshot,
limited
that's-
here.
Like
But
shooting
you
Okay,
shoot
rock.
a
that looks like a
fly.
nerf. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Is that
Is that a
And
Destiny
this,
shotgun?
this
What's
is
his name?
Yeah,
just
that
Bug and
definitely.
Salt?
a bug,
Looks like a hand
bug
cannon.
assault. Yeah.
Bug assault.
And yeah,
Is this
you just-
legal on stream, by the way? I'm
I
sure it
think
is.
so. Yeah.
it's
It's
like,
a
what am I gonna
salt.
shoot?
shoot
You
the
just pump
curtain.
it like
See if
that,
it does it.
then,
Can you shoot
Don't
the curtain so
don't
we can
blind
see the
yourself,
reaction of the
Myelin. It's
curtain?
not going to reflect on your face, right?
No, and it's just
Yeah.
like literally a shotgun blast of salt.
That's amazing.
take
So is
flies
it
out.
regular table salt?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was like
Briar.
bigger.
Thank you, Briar. Thank you, Briar.
No, it's
I'll be
just,
honest.
It's just little.
I
just
said table
like, I don't know,
salt.
you can't really quite see. It's just
Yeah.
table salt.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then yeah,
Load
it's-
up with the
it's
How
Mortons.
accurate is it?
very like if you put it too close, like you got to get the right distance. Otherwise, the bugs literally just explode. So you got to be like at perfect range. So it just takes them down. They like put their wings, go down.
I think I'd rather explode
I mean,
Myelin. I would
Yeah.
rather be killed.
It
than
must be
salt-
nice. Yeah.
Salt de-winged.
Well, you got to
But
pick
then-
up the bodies, right? And you know, so you don't want to like explode the fly everywhere because then you got to try and wipe it off.
I like
Yeah,
the
yeah,
idea of
True.
like more precision killing a fly because they get away but
You want,
however
like,
then
a
I'm like
scout rifle?
you're shooting salt all over your house though. Then you gotta like clean it up and like
It
Yeah,
keeps the
what about
demons
that?
out, Fran.
Well, yeah, there is some
Those are
salt
bum.
here now, but
Good
like,
point. Good point.
He's
mean-
like, well, I just
Well,
put
there's
it
a lot of
on
salt
some
Like- you know, we have a dog, so there's like the house gets vacuumed
Yeah.
every day. So
that's fair.
Oh, there you go.
All right, my
Oh,
quick
I
pick
just
for
got a
you.
cordless vacuum.
Yeah, that's
Oh
gotta be
yeah,
huge.
Oh,
that's
Yeah,
a
those are
life
nice.
changer.
Those are very
Yeah.
nice.
It's very nice.
Yeah.
It's a
My
Ryobi
quality of life stuff is always going to be food related, but I'll give you a quick one, which is like I got like a vacuum sealer, but it's individual like Tupperware and glass. So I'm putting like broccoli cooked, or fresh celery and oh my God, game changing. You know how you put stuff in your fridge and it's just like it doesn't last. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's a complete waste of time. But this does everything. I seal my coffee beans. Like, oh, it's amazing.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Nice.
Everything, dude, gets sealed, and it lasts forever. So
Yeah, coffee is a fruit, by the way. As soon as you grind that fruit, it starts oxidizing.
right, yeah, no, I only drink freshly ground coffee, but even the beans I vacuum seal.
Yeah,
because why wouldn't I?
That sounds great.
Yep.
You know,
my quick pick is Crocs because I started wearing Crocs this year. So
He
thank
started
you,
wearing
Briar.
Crocs.
oh,
Thank
Take
you,
that,
Briar.
Fran.
no, you too.
Yeah, they're comfortable, man. They're my.
Fuck
my
them.
Do you wear
hush
them
shoes.
in public?
Yes, with socks. Because I don't
They're
care.
fun with socks. They're comfy with socks.
I would.
Shameful.
Why would I not wear them in socks? That's
yeah,
the
they're
real
more
question.
comfortable with socks on.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have holes in your shoes, so you should put on some socks and wear them outside. I
It's
totally
just more comfortable.
nothing wrong with that.
socks. Yeah.
You missed a lot of this like anti-croc ranting from me, but I did
okay.
not know they were born out of like I guess like the medical industry and being on your feet. No, I didn't know that part.
Ironic because they put my mother in the hospital.
Oh yeah, that's right. She slipped or something. Is that right?
Really?
That's not funny. Sorry. Just
No.
Briar's extreme anger towards them. That was a little funny.
She's okay now, right?
Well, there's emotional
My
damage,
mother's in the
and
hospital,
we
mate.
will be consulting a lawyer.
You also almost set your house on fire numerous times, so I
The pyro
Feel like
Briar.
it's not a
is
safe-
You
safe.
doesn't
are her
count.
child,
It's not horseshoes.
Briar.
It's
I don't know
not
if
a
we
safe-
can trust her.
safe
Yeah.
place.
What was the story about somewhere down by the river? You setting the bag on fire or something like that?
the van down by the
It was
river?
a Molotov cocktail, and
Yeah.
we didn't know you had to smash it.
That's right. It was
Oh
multiple
my
cocktails
god!
that you were testing out in the woods down by the town. Yeah,
I've
We were young. What are you gonna do?
never
Yeah.
heard this.
that's what you do.
Briar's a menace. Seriously, friend. He's a hooligan.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe not so safe.
Fran, have you tried a pair of Crocs on your feet?
Yeah. Have you worn them?
No, I don't think I have.
That's what
Ah.
changed it for me. Okay, this is
Yeah.
what happened. I was like, I'm not wearing no goddamn Crocs. Those are weird looking. And then my nephew had them on. He went to the gym in them, and I was like, people in
I
the
hate
gym with
that.
Crocs on? That's crazy,
yeah.
man. These people are wild. Like,
That's
what's
it.
going on here? You got a thing going on. You got to get your head checked. And then I put my foot in a Croc, and I was like, oh, I get it.
Yeah.
I, like
Say
at
no
home,
more. I
yeah.
apologize. I take back it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know
So,
what?
I'm wearing
Fashion
Crocs now.
crimes may be comfortable. That doesn't make them not a fashion crime. So, you know, and I'm not too picky about that stuff, but these are. I mean,
Yeah.
when are you just going to give up?
For
right?
a while,
You know,
I thought they were super
sweatpants.
ugly. But
Yeah,
then
know,
I've seen some,
sweatpants, Crocs,
Yeah.
comfy.
I've
They're
seen some
old.
even uglier shoe options. So
You know, put a hat on. Why do your hair? Like, just, you know.
I don't know.
That's
At
what
a
I'm
certain
saying.
point, I feel like the Croc became somewhat fashionable.
They did. They started doing
They-
collabs
they-
with like really
they
fashionable
are, like-
brands and like famous artists that were like
Yeah.
really cool. So they
You got
became,
these
like,
bling
a
options
cool
for
thing.
them, which I'm not doing
What's
any of
the
the bling
bling called?
stuff. Yeah, I forget the name. My nephew was like, you got to get
Crickets?
the whatever thing on them. And I was like, no.
crotchets.
Yeah.
Tefty, I got Barbie platform Crocs.
Yeah, they're
Wow.
pretty fucking dope. I'm not gonna lie.
They're kind of
Wow.
cool.
Okay.
Yeah, they're pretty
Awesome.
cool. And they're really
Yeah.
comfy. They're just comfortable like Crocs, but they're freaking platforms and
Yeah,
there's
they're like
glitter
6
on them and they're
inches high,
bright
so
pink.
they're like
yeah,
extra comfy.
yeah, they're great. Giblets.
I feel like
Giblets.
giblets. There it is.
Crocs.
Yeah.
No,
is
that's
like-
in Turkey. That's a
I-
Turkey thing.
No, that's what they're called. They're giblets.
No, they got these cheeky names for them,
They're
like
giblets.
Crocs
Are
or
they
shoes.
really?
You know.
This is
Oh,
another
really?
problem.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So it also
giblets.
crossed my mind that I was like, I think I'd actually like another pair of Crocs, different colors and stuff.
Yeah.
That's when you know.
Well, they got
I wear
different
my
styles,
Jujutsu
like some have
Kaisen
holes,
Crocs
some
all the
don't.
time.
Oh, they're
Yeah.
gibbets.
Gibbets, not
But
giblets.
close, same difference. Put
Gibbets.
some gravy
Yeah.
on them and walk around. I don't care.
Slather the gravy on there.
That
That's
is
why you got to
not
wear the
That'd be-
socks.
comfortable.
Honestly, I'm thinking about sliding my foot into some hot
Hot
gravy.
gravy slot Crocs.
Yeah, dude, that actually sounds nice.
Nothing like hot gravy Crocs on a cold night.
Fran, I bet sometime down the road you're gonna put on a pair and you're gonna be like, "Oh,
I
guess-
believe they're comfy.
I guess I gotta change my tune."
Yeah.
You
Will
know what
I
I got
cross
my wife for
over?
Christmas last year? Were like a down jacket like that material. She's got slippers now that are made out of that material, and they are comfy.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
That
Nice.
sounds amazing.
Yeah.
That's a good Christmas gift.
I want down jacket socks that I then put in my Crocs.
Oh yeah, now we're
This
talking.
year, I gotta say this quietly. This year, I got her a heated sweatshirt. It's like a, it's like a zip up sweatshirt with a hood, but you plug a battery into it and it's heated.
Damn.
Isn't that cool?
Sounds scary too, though.
I gotta get that for my 88-year-old father.
Yeah.
Father-in-law.
That does sound nice, though.
Endgame Express says, "Hey DCP crew, question for Tefty. What's one thing you love about playing through Lightfall and Final Shape, and one thing you would improve? Much love to the whole crew, and have a great Christmas."
The experience of Strand, great. The improvement would be how you actually unlock Strand, because that was garbage.
Else?
Yeah, everything else. Was also on the Final Shape as well.
Yes.
Was it the part? Yeah. So, yeah, I actually really liked criticism on Final Shape. I actually don't know. I'm still kind of in like a, oh, this is fun phase.
Yeah, it's pretty great. And the Final Shape in general, I don't think you'll ever be like, Final Shape sucks.
Yeah, aside from like the forced co-op on certain things. Oh, it's a little weird that the co-op spaces are all solo exclusively. You know, coming from experiencing Destiny spaces for so long, and then going in, and then someone in chat was like, "Yeah, they're always solo unless you queue," and I was like, "What?" It's weird. Oh yeah, I haven't seen anybody. It's strange. So that's weird.
Blaney McBlanderson says, when you're getting down to the end of the tube of toothpaste, do you, 1, throw it away as soon as it gets hard to squeeze some out, because who has time and energy for that? Or 2, squeeze every last molecule of toothpaste out because you paid for it, damn it.
Every last molecule.
This depends entirely on my reserve supply of toothpaste at the time.
Sure.
If I got a tube hanging out in the wings, that fucker's gone.
You're like screw it.
Yeah, I got no time for this. But if I don't, like the teeth have got to get brushed.
This is a little bit of a pet peeve for me. So I'm the type of person that's going to squeeze everything just because, like, let's be efficient here.
Yeah.
Memes is always the type of person that likes to have first dibs on the new.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
so
I never get to have the first crack of the toothpaste ever.
You're still working out the old one while she's on the new one.
I'm like, there's still several days of use in the old toothpaste. And
does
she's
she
like,
leave you the old one, or does she throw it away?
Of course. No, she leaves the old one.
She leaves the old one, so
I'll take the new one
for like multiple days.
They're sitting next to each other, and she's already got several finger dents into the new one. And I'm like,
you never get a shot.
Yeah, endless.
But what I like is you probably can't bring yourself to, like, just, why not? Just crack into it before she does. You know it's coming. But no, that's like,
I'm not wired for it.
Antithetical to who you are.
You totally have to. Next time there's a new tube of toothpaste, like when you're halfway through the current tube of toothpaste, just go after it. Just do it.
Just squeeze it and then run away. Doesn't have to. Just get it over with.
You know what you should also do is, I wonder if they even sell it, like a prank new tube. But like, you can't actually get you can't open it. It just
it's like stuck.
Like some kind of prank tube where you can't open it and get it open. And then she'll have to come to you, and you're like, that's weird. Why don't you just use? There's still some left.
There's plenty left in here.
And then she's like, no, but that would be a great prank.
So this is something that extends far beyond the toothpaste.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
This is a war.
Beams is the first cracker on everything.
Yeah.
The jar of almonds.
It's like the crumbs of anything are like, ugh, why would I even bother? Like bottom of the bag chips?
No.
How dare you?
The new one, I want those big round fresh chips.
Yeah. And she'll always rip it open. She'll always rip it open to the point where a big old crack goes down the side, and I'm like, come on, just get the scissors.
I do that.
Come on.
This is such classic married life stuff. This is so great.
I think you unveiled one of my wife's complaints about me.
Brier's like you're describing. Yeah, I like that. Teft is describing Briar. I just thought about it.
Everyone's going, am I memes?
Yeah.
I feel like, oh dear.
The scissors are right there in the door. Just open them up, crack off the top. You're good. Now you can fold it nicely. I'm a little anal retentive. All right.
No.
Me too.
A
I'm not the only one
we
getting a
switch over
lecture.
to Blue Sky real quick. We got a few questions real quick.
little bit of blue sky.
Then
We're
Fran's
getting
gotta
pretty
eat.
late, so we're gonna try. We're gonna start
I'm hungry.
the rapid fire here. Here we go. Okay. You
Okay.
ready?
Rapido.
Okay. Rapid
All right.
fire.
Brian says, when consuming your favorite holiday companion, wait, what? What soundtrack does Mr. Tefty recommend to pair with the Briar? You son of a bitch, Brian.
Ah, there it was. What
I was like,
soundtrack, Teft? You got
companion.
You did get me.
must be with some of that Christmas music.
Some Buble music. Buble
Buble.
Christmas.
Briar Buble. The barbecue Briar Buble. I like it.
Barbecue buble. Yeah.
Blandy McBlanderson says, when you're getting down to the end of the tube of toothpaste, oh, I already read this one. My bad.
Oh, blue sky too.
Yeah.
This guy, double.
This
Double
barbecue stuff
toothpaste.
really
Double
messed him up.
I'm going to go with SD word, stored. If you had to move, where would you want to go?
Mm.
Does it have to be on Earth? Do we have like?
I think
do you-
Vermont, because in Vermont, you do what you want.
Mm.
Is that how it
Syrup
goes?
too, right?
Briar?
They have
Guess
syrup
so.
there.
That's what they say.
Yeah, that's it.
In Vermont, you do what you want.
Vermont. Yeah.
Italy. I'd go to Italy. I would
Yeah.
like to go to Italy.
Mm.
Oh, well, I'd go to the
probably do
homeland there.
Japan, to be honest.
Ooh,
Probably do
that's a good
Japan.
call.
I don't have to deal with the work life because I just sit here all day. So I'll just have
Yeah,
all
as
the
long
good
as you have
parts.
to work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll have all the good parts.
I don't know,
Gotta
I
get
might, with
internet out
Mylin's
to the
parents on the
countryside.
road there.
Right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You can jump in the back of the caravan if you want.
Oh, yeah. That'd be fun.
You
They're-
need to tell Tefty about your parents, Milo.
They van lifing?
Yeah, they're the grey nomads, you know. Well, they're not just
Whoa.
fully, like, you know, they haven't sold the house and stuff, but like they go on big trips, like take 6 months, drive around Australia, big
In
caravan.
4x4s,
Sounds
right?
awesome.
Yeah, like a 4x4 with a 4x4 caravan. Yeah.
Decked
Yeah.
out like a Mad Max style caravan.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much.
That's
There's
exactly.
a dude playing a
Playing guitar, swinging.
That'd be me. I was just swinging.
Spikes on the tires.
Dude,
Dead
give me that.
kangaroo to cross the fucking bull bar.
I got that
Kangaroo
salt gun
skulls,
too.
Map all the way around. Yeah.
Yeah.
In case there's some bugs up
And
there.
they are
Dad
out in the
has that-
wilderness.
Dad sprays a silver arrow gun in his mouth before
Yeah.
driving.
Yeah, I'll move in with your parents too. That sounds fun. I'll be a
We
tribute to
see.
their Mad Max road sprees.
It is lovely.
That sounds great.
Last question of the night from Mr. Goodbites. Throwback, has anyone's favorite drink in Snake changed? Drink in
Oh wow.
Drinking snake.
What
Can't
is
even
this?
remember.
I haven't learned about any new snakes. I don't think.
I don't understand the question. Is this a
What's your favorite
Fran,
drink?
I'm sure
in
we've asked
Snake?
you this before.
drink and steak?
Yes.
I thought you were
drink
saying
and
drink
a
and
snake.
snake, like a drink
Like
and
a snake that drinks?
snack. Like a German word.
oh.
Yeah.
Favorite drink?
And snake.
Easy. That's always Boulevardier. It's a Campari based old fashioned style cocktail with bourbon in it. Snake though.
Snake.
How do we have a favorite snake?
We don't like snakes here.
Garden
Yeah, I
snake?
mean,
There's too many of them.
do I have, you
Poison.
making me
Well,
choose?
do
a
you
snake?
have a
Python?
favorite snake that you come into contact with, Myelin, where you're like, that's actually not that bad? Maybe that's your favorite one.
No, we don't.
No.
No. I mean, there's non-venomous pythons, but everything else wants to kill you.
Yeah.
There you go. Non-venomous python.
We got rattlers out here. They let them. They let you know they're coming, or that they're. in the
You know
area.
what? I just thought of there's like those cute looking tree snakes, isn't there? They're
Yeah,
like
the little
kind
green
Oh yeah,
ones.
the one.
yeah,
oh,
yeah,
yeah.
harmless,
Cute.
right?
I've seen the cute ones with the little smiley
Some-
face too. They got
Yeah.
a little cute
Just
little.
Yeah.
not the poisonous kind though,
Yeah.
because there's some that look that way too. And
What's that Pokemon
get
that
ya.
looks like a snake?
oh yeah, I know what you're talking
Sandick?
about.
Probably. Yeah, Sandick. That's my favorite.
Yeah.
snake.
Ekans.
Sand egg.
Is
that's
that
my
actually
one.
it?
Snake backwards. Ekans.
There's Ekans, or is that it? Yeah.
Ekans, yeah.
Yeah, Ekans and
Oh.
That's pretty
Apple.
cute. I think I like that one the best.
You know, I don't think I
Mm.
ever knew that was snake backwards. I only played Pokemon Go. I mean,
And then
a little bit in the past.
Arbok
Arbok
is
is
Cobra.
Cobra backwards.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh,
I don't
God.
there's a
believe it.
cobra.
Classic.
Mm-mm.
I've been drinking a beer called Fresh from a brewery called I can't remember. Damn it! But the Fresh is spelled PH. Comes in a
Oh.
bright
Of
yellow
course.
can. It's delicious.
Fresh.
Yeah, fresh.
Is it Alvarium?
PH.
Alvarium. Thank you. Yes, it
An
is.
IPA? No thanks.
Yeah, it's got kind of like a citrusy thing going too.
A hazy.
I like citrusy beer. Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice.
I mean, I'll drink it, but I'm not an IPA fan.
All right,
I don't
guys.
have a, yeah. I don't have a new drink, so I'm boring.
No, it's all right.
Same old snake. Shit.
Same.
Same old
Can't
snake,
remember
same
what
old
the snake
drink.
was. Need to go to the backlogs and find out which snake I said.
Episode 6.
Yeah.
Uh,
All right, guys. I think that's gonna do it.
I think that's
Cool.
it.
It's
Oh,
been an
next
honor to be
week.
back for this episode.
It's so nice to
Oh,
see you,
Tefty, it's been so good to have you
Yeah.
back. Definitely
It's
got to
been
come on
wicked.
after Wilds. We got to know how you're
Yeah.
feeling about that.
Yeah, we'll have a check-in sometime down the road with that. It'll be great.
Yeah.
We can
little
talk about
check-ins.
Elden Ring by then, despite
Yes.
what Watts believes.
We'll see.
Okay, by
We'll see,
February?
frankly.
Yeah.
I'm
It's,
not sure I
it's
believe you.
almost the end of December, Fran. Are you sure?
It all makes sense
Personally,
up here.
I can't
Probably.
wait to see. I can't wait to see the schedule that Bungie has laid out come to fruition.
Very
I-
true. Yeah.
Amazing.
I hope you show up on the next show, and you honestly, you should make a T-shirt out of it. It would be.
Out of the
Yeah,
ground.
The roadmap.
So
Yeah.
every time it comes into conversation, go see the.
I
yeah.
mean, wow.
Like,
That
you
is
got
amazing.
frontiers, and each chest would be an expansion, and then you got down by the nipples is the reward passes.
The reward pass, like you're at a grocery store. Unbelievable. Oh man.
All right.
Next week, are we doing a show?
I don't know. We haven't
Oh.
talked about it. It's the
It's
holidays.
the day after Christmas.
Let's talk about it after. This,
Okay.
and we'll
Well,
let you all
well,
You
know.
might
Twitter.
you might see us or you might not.
It's a surprise either way.
It's a surprise.
Surprise.
We brought you Tefty, which is
Yeah.
for Christmas. So, don't
I'll
give us any
I'll
lip.
just post this episode again if we don't do a show.
Oh man.
All right, thank you all for joining us. We'll see you next week. Bye.
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 Bye.